Oh.
So wait, was it on for a second at the beginning?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know.
Chris, could you hear us for any amount of time since we've been live?
My brain just autofills in information sometimes. You know what I mean?
What's the timestamp? We're at 3:40. If it's been off the whole time, I'm not going to leave that up whenever we put it on YouTube later. I'll cut that out.
And then we got to play the music again.
No.
And Jason Bourne.
Well, they heard that.
They did hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that was playing right here. That's desktop.
Right here?
Desktop.
Right here?
Look at the fucking screen.
That's my left ear.
This is desktop. This is what they hear
right?
whenever I play.
Wait, this is my right ear.
I hate you. I hate you. I'm not going to continue explaining the point.
No, but I know what you're talking about, though. I've seen it before. You didn't have to explain.
No, we're not friends anymore. I hate you, and we're not ever going to talk again. Wait, yeah. What's the thing? Hold on.
Ooh, is that Shrek or is that Austin Powers?
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
Give me $200. That's my favorite thing that this podcast has ever produced.
We didn't produce that. Dr. Phil produced that.
You know, not till now. Oh my God, he never heard anything until just then. So
wow. See, so he didn't even hear the Bourne music. Now you got.
No, he did hear that. He didn't hear us talking.
Sure?
Our audio was muted. Yes. Because that part was still.
Well, you tried to get me to with the trick opening, starting recording.
I really did.
It backfired horribly.
We did backfire horribly. I guess that's what we get for not.
We talked briefly about Savannah and everything. It just didn't work.
Just for a second. Oh, dude.
Just a moment.
Okay, so we have a lot to catch up on.
Bro,
what?
We got a bunch of topics to cover. I'm about to start scrolling through them to look. I know you're probably already looking.
I already have them. Yeah. I heard the music really low. The music started out really low.
Yeah, and then he turned it up because I was like, "This music's too low."
Yeah. I don't know. Are we good now though? Like, do you hear us? Do you hear us good?
Can you hear us good?
Yeah, they should. I mean, it's the same levels it's usually at, so I assume it's
do you need hearing aids? Can we be your hearing aids? Will we fit in your ear?
Keep talking, Creighton?
Keep talking? Okay, so, what else do you want us to stick in your
ear? Okay. There we go.
How about this, Charlie?
Okay. Good.
I sent you a meme that I wanted to talk about. And
you sent me one?
Yes.
Where?
In the notes. It's about Chuck E. Cheese's horrible backstory.
No, we're not.
Yes. No, is this real? Is that true?
Is it true? Yeah, it's true. That's a real thing.
No, look.
Chuck E. Cheese is a real person, and he was a real character
as this
that actually got upset.
For the character. Is this true? Because it's like saying that Chuck E. Cheese's full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese, and according to his official backstory, he's an orphan. He never had his own birthday party, so instead he fills the void by hosting birthday parties for everyone else. That's sad as fuck. Is that his real backstory? That's true
in the canon of the fake-ass character that isn't a real
person. That's still horrifying.
Yeah, Mr. Peanut killed himself. That's horrifying, too.
He didn't kill himself. He sacrificed himself to save others.
That's killing himself.
No, it's different.
It's still killing yourself.
No.
And it's the most genius ad campaign I've ever seen anybody do in any capacity. It was so amazing.
Oh, did we watch the Now Watch This Drive on here?
Yes, we did.
Okay, that was hilarious.
Sure it was. So, right? No, Chris, we're obviously not wearing shirts. These are painted on. This is a painted on family shirt, and he's wearing a painted on black shirt and suit jacket.
Yeah, it's really good painting.
Open your eyes, man. How do you cook with those eyes, Chris? How can you see what you're doing when you're cooking? You fake ass chef.
Did we talk about have we done one since Kobe Bryant died? Yeah, we did. Because it was right after he happened.
I think it was the day after.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%.
But we haven't done one since the Super Bowl, though.
No, we haven't.
Which, by the way, I was talking to somebody the other day.
The Super Bowl was a week after Kobe. It's almost been 2 weeks.
And I told somebody, I was like, I feel like the Super Bowl's going to help kind of smooth things over because we kind of need a pick-me-up. And boy, I mean,
that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a good game. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was a pretty solid. I don't care about Super Bowls as much anymore. Unless Tom Brady's playing or the Steelers are playing, I don't have much of a
Isn't he retired now?
No.
Oh, he's not.
I don't have much of a want to watch. I'm a huge Tom Brady fan and I'm a huge Steeler fan. That's the only thing that keeps me held into NFL football anymore. And so, the fact that neither of them were in it, I was, not super excited. But I did stand to win a whole lot of money, and I was rooting for a certain score. If the 49ers, if their score ended at 0 and the Chiefs' score ended at 3 at the end of any of the quarters, I could have won some money, and they came dangerously close 3 times in a row, but it didn't happen. But
now, how does that work if you're... Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your story, but I mean, like, how does it work if you're betting on a score? Like, do they have to hit that score exactly, or, like, is there leeway in how close it can be?
So, the way I did it isn't what usual... Like, it wasn't like sports betting in that sense. It was a board bet, which is when you get a 10 by 10 board, like a grid, you know, like how... You imagine you're doing a bar graph, right? Like, how many kids ate chocolate from these schools? And you have, like, schools, kids, or whatever the fuck. And you have... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 1 to 10 on the top and the bottom, right? Mm-hmm. What they do is they do a 1 by 10 graph, but they don't fill in the numbers, and they let you buy a spot. Each square is however much money. For me, it was $20 like a month and a half ago, which for the payout, you win either 300 or 600, and you have 4 chances to win because there's 4 quarters. For $20, that's pretty unbelievable odds on your money. So I bought a spot like right in the middle somewhere. And I ended up getting 0 and 3, which are pretty good numbers for football. Especially for NFL, and it was just one of those like unlucky situations where it stayed at 0 and 1 pretty much the whole game. One of the guys that won, the score didn't change for 2 quarters, so he won twice. And then the other guy, someone else won. But one of the guys that was there with us had been playing on a bigger. So to put it in perspective, our board was $20 to play.
Right.
And you had a chance to win $300 at the end of the first quarter, and $300 at the end of the third quarter, and then $600 at the end of the second quarter and at the end of the game. So, like, depending on the scores of the ends of those quarters, you could win, that much money each quarter, or add it up depending on which quarters end at the same, if it's the same score. These other guys were playing on a board where it was a $400 for a square. And a $10,000 prize, and they won while they were at like the guys that were there with us, and it was a long shot. Like he said, the only way we can win is if the Chiefs get 2 touchdowns in a row, and they only have 4 minutes left of game time, and like that 2 minutes came down to that last 2 minutes, and the Chiefs were like 10 yards away or whatever, and he was like, huh, he was like, I mean. Yeah, we got a chance. They gotta they gotta get a touchdown right now, and then they gotta run it back down and get another one like in no time, and they get the first touchdown, and the second he gets it and they score, and like this guy got up and ran around the room, like knocked over chairs, like he was losing his fucking shit because inside of like 5 minutes he had given up all hope based on the score. And then reestablished all his hope and lost his mind, like right at the same time.
Oh,
it was amazing.
The memes from that game are hilarious.
They are.
Have you seen like the thing where it's like call an ambulance, but not for me? Like it's the old guy who had the Kansas City logo on it.
Dude, he lost his mind. It was so great. I felt kind of bad because I had a friend who really wanted the 49ers. He's like a diehard 49er. So I was pulling for them to win. Like as far as like if I really wanted someone to win, it was them. Mm-hmm. But by the end of the game, I was like, I kind of want the Chiefs just so that these guys can win their money. You know what I mean?
I had a friend one of my bosses wanted the 49ers to win, and like he's like, when I say this guy's a diehard 49ers fan, like I mean he's got a 49ers tattoo, he's got a 49ers jacket.
He's one of those guys.
He's like, he is in there. Like I've never seen you've met my dad. You know how my dad loves Clemson?
Yes.
I'd say like this guy is the same level.
The guy that I was pulling for, the guy who is a fan that I was pulling for, like he's got my favorite reason to be a fan. He's like, I've never been much of a football fan. I don't really like watching it. Like I like watching it, but I've never had like a strong pull to anybody. He said, the reason I'm a 49ers fan is when I was 4 years old, they were in the Super Bowl and they were down 40 points. And they came back and they were tied and they had 1 minute left. And Joe Montana threw that perfect spiral and the guy caught it and he ran, blah, blah, he told this like insane story over like a 15-minute period. Like I'm summing it up pretty quickly. He told me this crazy, intense story because I didn't know the outcome of the game. And because he's like, this guy's 47.
So like his 4-year-old self, this was like in 40, the 70s.
In the like, it would have been early 80s.
Yeah.
And he said, ever since that day, I have been a diehard 49. I sat through their 2-14 season, 3-14 season, rooting for them every day. Didn't care. And this is my payoff. And then they were up, bro. They were winning. Oh my God, they were up so much. It was like 21-10 or something, or 20-10, bro.
Yeah. Look. So, but
20-10.
You know what he told me?
20-30.
I got a reaction of him that I wasn't expecting. He's like, I'm not mad. And I said, like, you know, why not? I mean, like, you know, you guys were up, and then, like, out of nowhere, they come back and, like, just... demolished you. Like, I didn't say it like that, you know, because I was trying to be gentle. But, I mean, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
And he was
trying
like...
He's like... trying to be gentle to this old man.
And he was like, well, I don't know. I thought he was going to be in a soft spot, because it happened, like, on his birthday weekend.
Oh,
like, it was his birthday and the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's rough.
And he was like, I'm not mad, like, you know, because they had a great season, and they went all the way to Super Bowl. He was just happy with that.
That is dope, because they haven't had a season like that in a long time. My friend was happy about that, too. He did lose $100, though.
But see, I don't think he lost any money. My friend didn't lose any money on this, because he was like, I'm not betting on that. He has bet on other games, though.
The guy that lost, the guy that was a 49ers fan, he said, if I win this, I'm making a lot of... Because what happened was he has a friend who is down on pool bets with him. Mm-hmm. So, like, his buddy owes him $300, and he said he'd bet him $400 on the game. So if he loses, he only has to pay $100. But if he won, he got $700, like, all at once, you know? So, like, that was going to be, like... That was, like... He was like, yeah, I'll take those odds, because he's a big fan, and he wants him to win. And two, like, it felt like it was a pretty good... It was really like a flip of the coin, but a lot of people were starting to think 49ers by the end.
Yeah.
But Jesus.
I thought, look, going into the game, I was like, there's no way the 49ers are going to lose this. Because, like, I'm not a, like, fan, really, of either one. But, like, I was rooting for my manager. Because it was, like, his birthday, it's his team in the Super Bowl. I was like, come on, you know, win this. The
only reason I went into the game thinking Kansas was going to win, only because every commentator thought the 49ers were going to win. And I was like, oh, this is Vegas. Vegas has bro, I'm telling you, every ridiculous...
You apply, like, gambling and working out to, like, the weirdest things in life.
Dude, you don't get it.
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
The only sport that I watch where I'm like, Vegas has no input on this is fighting.
What about soccer?
Soccer, they don't really... People don't bet on soccer like they do football and stuff because it's not.
Dude,
it's not as American. Like I'm talking like American betting.
We should start a market for that here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you got $150 million to start backing.
I can work on it. Give me some time.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
We can start a Patreon.
Some bitches. What's up, Copenhagen?
Hey, Copenhagen.
I missed seeing your name, Copenhagen.
I missed seeing Copenhagen's name too.
Listen, bro.
Now I'm at work all the time.
This is Creighton's fault. Creighton's the reason we haven't done podcasts.
Look, I am not the reason. We keep having shit come up, and it's not my fault. We almost didn't have one tonight because, like, shit happened.
What?
Well, you don't remember? Like, I came in, I was like, my aunt died, and you were like, yeah. And then I was like, do you still want to do a podcast? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Absence makes the Creighton grow fonder.
See?
I'm writing that now.
That's fair.
That's the greatest shit Copenhagen's ever said.
But
he said a lot of great shit, but wow, that's one to write and like get tattooed on me one day.
I'm glad that my name will be
Charlie and Kron. Hello, Wana.
Hello, Wana. Wow, he's taking the time to really write this out.
Dude, I that's fucking unbelievable.
I want to talk about
Copenhagen has some zingers, but that one, that's a good one. Absence makes the Creighton go fun.
Oh, hey.
I mean, so many good things. Hey. What?
She has to pee. She doesn't know where to go.
Oh my god.
I know vaguely where to go. I just never go up there. I go out there, but you can't do that.
Juana has subscribed for 3 months at tier 2. Juana, I love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
I'll be right back. Creighton,
yes. Alright, sweet. I'm going to talk about Batman, the animated series.
I hate you. Okay, here you go, you turkey.
Send me pictures. I want to know what that bathroom looks like.
Don't do that.
I haven't seen it. I've never seen your bathroom. I've only seen like a cat reaching under the door. So what's up, guys? How have you guys been? Muted not till now. I heard the music really low. Oh, okay. Wow, it's been really quiet. All stream and no chat makes Creighton the dull boy. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assumption. I'm having a rough night, boys. So like, I got off and my grandma calls me. Like, I'm not trying to bring the mood down or anything. I'm just trying to tell you guys like where I'm at. So I got off and my grandma calls me and is like, "Hey, like your aunt like passed away at like 7:20 or whatever." And I was like, "Oh man, that's like really sad." It was literally like 15 minutes before I got here to do the podcast with Charlie. And, like, I'm so, like, glad that we ended up doing the podcast. Because, like, I don't know, it's lifted my spirits a bit. Made me feel, like, better.
That's when you found out?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I told you when I first got here.
Look, bro, you woke me up when you got here. I didn't know.
And I was like, "Hey, do you still want to do the podcast? Because, like, I'm kind of depressed right now." And you're like, "Yeah." Like, it didn't even faze you.
Well, no, that's what I'm drinking. Espresso. Look, I've told this to a lot of people, especially recently, because people are starting to die off like crazy in my life. Like, I am the worst person. I'm the worst person to talk to about people dying, because like I have no emotion. I know. I have empathy in my heart, but I'm very bad at expressing it.
Can I tell you something? It's very weird, like processing grief, especially like when you first find out like somebody like has died. It's so weird to me because it's not like my first reaction. Because my grandma told me, I was like, okay, like I didn't like it wasn't like one of the things.
I'm 100%
like, and it's not like I didn't feel like bad or anything. It's just I didn't know what to say necessarily. I was like, man, like I'm sad and stuff, and I still am like sad and like I was telling you and Savannah earlier. I was like, I feel like I'm probably gonna go and like cry somewhere later, you know, and like I don't know. It's so weird, like. Being in the middle of like processing that kind of stuff, because for a moment like you feel like you want to go through all the steps that you're supposed to do all at once, like, you know, like grieving, accepting it, and then moving on. Yeah. But it's almost like you're logically accepting it, but emotionally like you're still like it's like moving in slow motion compared to your logic side of it, you know what I mean? And it's like
Go ahead, sorry.
It's so weird because it's almost like you're in two different mindsets. Even now, like talking like to you and like talking to Savannah earlier, I was like kind of like in like a fog vibe, you know. By the way, you don't have to.
Oh shit!
Are you all right? You don't have to whisper. By the way, you're good.
Okay, I'm just making sure my computer's okay.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Hello, Adam. Rick.
Tim and Adam just got here as well.
Oh, hey, what's up, Tim and Adam? Dude, they just missed a heart-to-heart that we had.
Well, Tim's been here the whole time.
Oh,
and Adam may have been here and not said anything.
Oh, Adam was just like having like...
Creighton ASMR, please.
ASMR? Oh, can I do ASMR?
No, I hate you.
ASMR for Creighton. Whispering in your ear.
You know, if we do a 24-hour podcast,
we are definitely.
There could be a whole 2-hour segment where you just let chat talk
Dude,
to you and you read everything in ASMR.
Yes.
Where it's just like.
Come on, you know you want to.
Hi, Juana. I'm Pickle Rick.
See
Creighton, ASMR, please.
Shit. Charlie's never done ASMR before.
Lick that mustache. When you do a 24-hour podcast, LMAO, just go crazy the whole time.
Dude, I would love that.
That would be funny as fuck.
I could do ASMR for 2 hours straight.
Dude, 1000%. We could do, especially if we did that, where we just read chat, and they start like feeding us lines.
Yes.
Dude, could you imagine?
Dude. So we're definitely doing a 24-hour podcast now?
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 24-hour podcast.
Look.
Not today, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
We've got a date set. I don't want to reveal it yet because, like,
March 20th.
Charlie's, March 20th. March 20th to the 21st, starting
That's the
at,
day
like,
that he wants to do it.
Starting at, like, 5 p.m. on March 20th and ending at 5 p.m. on March 21st. We're going to need snacks, food, guest appearances,
There's no way
music
you guys are saying hi to
options.
each other. I see you in the same call.
My Chemical Romance might show up. I mean, they probably won't, but I sent them a lot of emails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe Rogan said he'd come hang out for a little bit.
Did he?
So did Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Because they're brothers. Yo, actually, fun fact, the guy from My Chemical Romance,
What?
hold on, what's his name?
I know he writes, like, a lot of shit. like a lot of comics and stuff. Like not bad shit, by the way. I mean like top tier like shit. Like he wanted to be a comic book writer, and then My Chemical Romance happened. He's like, yeah.
Gerard Way. That's Joe Rogan's cousin.
What?
Actually, yeah.
What?
It was like this giant article like a couple months ago because like somebody was on.
That's
you know
hilarious.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith is like a really good friend of Joe Rogan. Hold on, let me tell you.
Yet. The movie with him.
Yeah, I know. We should. Oh, bro, they're gonna be in town soon. Like
you told me we were gonna get
that Monday. Literally the Monday that we're talking about.
That's not a Monday.
Huh?
That's not a Monday.
What?
March 20th?
No, I'm talking about for my birthday.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be in town that day.
That's literally that. They're gonna be in Charlotte.
Do that?
A little bit.
Instead, how late is it to buy tickets?
We'll look at the
okay.
We'll look later. We'll look. But Bo is here. Hello, Bo. But Kevin Smith was on Joe's podcast and was like, "Hey, real quick, can I change the subject? I gotta ask you something." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, dude, no problem." He was like, "Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. And Joe was like, "Yeah, we're cousins. They've never met."
What?
They've never met. He said, Joe says, "My great aunt is his grandmother." And,
oh yeah.
And he was like, "That's wild." He's like, "I know, it's weird. Like we've never even met." He's like, "You've never met?" He's like, "Yeah, Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance is my cousin that I've never met." And like he said that, and it was quiet for a second, and then they look at each other, and they just start laughing really hard. It's such a good moment, and it's like it's people, bro. When I tell you that like that's one of those things that like bumped his podcast for a few weeks, like the amount of articles written about these two was hilarious. And Gerard was like, "Yeah, dude, we're friends, or not friends, we're cousins, and like we've known for a while, and we've like messaged each other, but we still haven't gotten." And now we're just waiting for that podcast. It's like, holy shit, I wanted.
He's never wanted to like interview him at all, because I mean he's a pretty interesting guy.
Well, yeah, but he's like touring a lot.
Yeah.
Joe has a lot of stuff because Joe is constantly doing shows and constantly having certain people on. So it's one of those things where they probably are talking about it. I mean, I would assume they're talking about it. Tristan's here.
Oh, hey, Tristan. I haven't spoke to Tristan in forever.
Charlie, can you repaint that painting with the bra clenched in your... Okay. I hate you.
The brush clenched where,
that shut up, bro. That picture, I got that painting for $20.
I thought you were about to go into this long-ass story. Like, I got it from my great-great-great-grandfather who
I found it under the chimney of a house that exploded. It was sealed. Arm? What else did you think it meant? Well, there's an A, and 2 asterisks. I figured it was a different word.
Wait, clenched in your arm like this? Like in the
weenus? Totally.
The weenus area?
Yeah, that's what we mean.
The back of the weenus.
That's what the back of the weenus. Excuse me? Shut up, Adam.
The weenus, if you will.
Wow, Charlie, what kind of Oh, I swear to God. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, God damn it. Now we got Canadians in here.
Oh, I love Canadians.
Why would you love them? They suck.
Because they make ham.
Imagine that's the thing that gets me, like, in trouble. It's like, oh, Canadians, they suck. And, like, I look at the camera, and then that gets clipped, and someone posts it, like, and all of Canada.
You're allowed to be, like, a racist if you want to be. But, like, if you're going to go out
You can't say that after I say a bad thing about Canada. Now that's going to make me just, like, he hates Canada.
No,
he hates the racism.
Look, I think where people draw the line is Canada, because Canada doesn't really fuck with anybody. You know what I mean?
They draw the line at Canada?
Yeah.
You think they draw the line at
so
Canada?
look, you can be racist all you want.
To
like,
Canada?
If you start fucking with Canada, that's where you draw the fucking line right there. They're like, you know what? We'll let you, like, go and burn crosses or whatever the fuck you want to do. Get Nazi tattoos all over the fuck of you and, like, shave your head and whatever. Yeah, that's some weird shit. But don't come after that red leaf. Don't come after our Canadian bacon.
You can throw all the cats you want, but not talk about Canada. Exactly.
Did
I tell you about that?
They're so polite.
The chick that threw cats on Twitch?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, either the podcast, last podcast, or the
No,
podcast
it was few. It was a while ago if I talked about it.
Oh.
But, that's funny as fuck.
We pulled up the video, too. Like, that was an aggressive throw. Like,
it was very aggressive.
Have you seen, like, there's like this thing on Netflix now called Don't Fuck with Cats or something like that.
Yeah, I hear it's unbelievable. I haven't seen it yet.
Really?
I don't even know. I haven't seen it at
I
all.
saw the ad for it. And that's it.
Okay.
But apparently it's about like this guy who made a viral video of him like just torturing a cat or something like that.
Oh shit.
And like I think it's the early days of YouTube, and then like
it's
he's
like it's the way that like the internet started attacking people who were being violent to animals.
Yes, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I can get away with this because who the fuck's gonna stop me? It was like the early days of YouTube, so he's like, nobody's gonna fuck with me, you know what I mean? And then people fucked with him, and you know now people don't fuck with animals on YouTube.
It's
like
about apparently that guy was Canadian and a serial killer.
What? He was
killing
Canadian?
cats.
Okay,
yeah.
you can make fun of that guy.
Yeah, fuck that Canadian.
Yeah.
That specifically that Canadian. Now here's what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna clip me saying "fuck that Canadian,"
Although,
like
you know
without the context.
You know what though? I do feel like the next
French Canadian. Oh yeah, fuck those guys, bro.
I do feel like the next
Quebecians.
The next what's the word? Dictator is gonna come out of Canada and just take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like you gotta think about
Hitler's
it. Look,
from Canada.
look, you gotta think about it like this.
The French are not great, Tim. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
French.
Wait, she said the French are great.
Yeah.
Haven't they like surrendered every war ever?
Charlie, what the fuck?
The last time
I didn't mean it. I didn't. Shut up, Craig.
The last time the French were great is when they were helping out America become America. And that's the last time. And they gave us the Statue of Liberty.
Oh shit.
Look, the French love French, and they love loving, and they love French bread. That's and French fries.
Yeah, and that doesn't equal war.
And frog legs.
I hate it here!
And frog legs and snails and that kind of thing. Dude, have you ever ate a snail?
I have almost eaten a snail a few times and then bitched out because I'm a bitch.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I want to try it though. I feel like I could muscle my way.
French fries are actually American, by the way.
I can muscle my way in easier into like trying a snail than I could frog legs. I feel like.
Frog legs?
Yeah,
frog legs
would
be
the harder thing for me.
Frog legs are it's just chicken.
I feel like I gotta build up to it.
Snails are way like the difference. Look, snails are barely meat. It's like they're meat, but like frog legs.
Squishy.
Frog legs are legit like chicken or like taste. I mean, like identical to chicken. Like it's not bad. It looks like chicken. It looks like a piece of chicken.
You know we sell frog
if I gave
legs
you,
at Food
if
Lion?
I know. I've gotten them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've eaten a bunch of them. They're delicious. I mean, look, when I tell you it's literally like a bad frog leg is like dry chicken. That's all it tastes like. Like good frog legs are like good chicken.
So
it's like
turkey.
Kinda. Yeah, it's more like that's probably closer as turkey.
Because turkey's dry as fuck.
Yeah, unless
like,
you unless you are eating unless you're eating it like right after they've made it at Thanksgiving, you know, the big when you get it out of the fryer.
The big oven.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, have you had frog legs? No.
Tristan said.
No.
Tristan said, "Why can't I lower the quality any more than 720? You know my shit internet can't handle this." That's hilarious.
Oh man, Tristan, I see. Well, I don't want to say her name. I see your friend all the time. Your romantic.
His girlfriend?
Yeah, his girlfriend. Yeah.
There you go.
That's the word I was looking for. I see your girlfriend all the time.
You're getting so good at talking.
She's very nice.
Your vocabulary is
one
broadening.
time, like one of her friends brought me free pizza. It was for another guy that I work with, but I took it instead because he wasn't there that day.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and then that guy was like, "You owe me a 40."
I'm looking at something that I wrote in the notes. And I'm like, I'm glad that I wrote that there, but I also am not ever saying it on fucking...
What is it?
I can't tell you. It's the one right under...
Hold on.
It's the one right under where you said 24-hour variety show podcast. Don't read it out loud.
I'm not going to read it
Okay, I'm just saying. I just read it and... Oh, new mod? Yes, a new mod.
Hey, wait. Wait. You're not going to say that? That's where you're going to draw the line? Huh.
It's not that I'm drawing the line. It's if we talk about that, it brings in a lot of other things we could talk about.
That's like the Canada. That's like the Canada thing.
Hey, relax.
I said that's like the Canada thing. That's all I said.
Oh, okay. I just get worried when you start to say shit.
No, I wasn't gonna say it. I can monitor myself mostly. I want some of the coffee. I know that was loud. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
I did it right next to the mic too, without even thinking about it.
So we have you and Nick, our friend Nick, right? Not on here. No, our friend at Huddle House.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Friend
Is he in here now?
No.
Oh, he's been in here before.
Maybe. Yeah, he has been here. He's the
Dull
one that's
Boy.
Dull Boy, yeah.
It's the same as his Discord.
He has a friend that drinks with him at Applebee's.
Oh,
that comes to Huddle House all the time. So last night...
I need some coffee for this story.
Okay, last night... well, in the past, what he does is he'll walk over all weird and, like, on purpose, creepy looking.
Oh, wait. Is this...
Yeah, that's the coffee. On purpose, he'll, like, walk over
Wait, you didn't
all
put this in
creepy
the fridge?
I just got out of the fridge.
Oh.
What are you saying, bro?
I was making sure.
And he'll walk over and give notes to us and like talk shit about Nick through the notes. And Nick just sits there like, what the fuck is he saying? And we're like, nothing. And it's like Nick is a fucking serial killer or whatever the fuck, like fun little jokes. So last night he walks over while we're all at Applebee's, and he like stands there and like looks at all of us in the eyes one at a time until we stop talking. And he just looks at us and we're like, hey dude, hey Thomas, what's up, dude? He goes, this song. Do you know this song? And it's the song playing on Applebee's. It's Born in the USA. He goes, did you know Born in the USA was supposed to be titled Vietnam? Or no, the album is Born in the USA, and it's supposed to be titled Vietnam. And we were like, really? That's actually kind of dope. And he was like...
And then he walked
away. Then he walked away.
Yep.
We were like, what is happening?
there for that, yeah.
Seeing as how my internet is so poor, the stream buffers constantly, I'll dip out. I'll try again in a little bit. See ya. No problem, Tristan. Good luck, and I'm sorry.
Did you see his challenge for us?
Tristan?
No,
or Thomas.
Thomas's challenge for us.
Challenge.
So, what he did, I'm trying to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He took 5 toothpicks, and he lined them up to where they look like a horse. And then he was like, make it look the other way by only moving 1 toothpick.
Shit.
Yeah.
Now I really want to see it again.
I
do have a bunch, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that on the podcast.
Okay. But like that was his challenge for us, and nobody figured it out. Michael came up and just made a martini of it.
I could have done it. What? No, he didn't. That was a Huddle House that the toothpick thing happened.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Huddle House.
Oh, he made a martini shape. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? He made a martini.
Yeah. No, like he just made it. He walked up and he was like,
turned it into a martini.
He was like,
what the fuck?
He's like, yeah, I'm making
like,
a
my
martini.
brother's smart and all, but Jesus. He's changing the chemical composition of wood into a fucking martini.
That was a good one. That almost got me. I almost spit drink out from that one.
I'm glad you did.
That was a good one. Change the chemical composition of wood and shit.
Man. Oh, that's awesome.
What?
It's just that. I'm just thinking about that. that scenario.
Now you got to figure it out, though.
So recently, in the last couple of weeks, I have become a diehard gambling addict at Dave & Buster's.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, I
know you were the one that was always worried about like us, or worried about me becoming the addict. But I think you've turned into the addict, Charlie.
Well, I mean, I'm
only because you
when
figured it out.
I say that comedically. I figured it out the reason I would, because otherwise I wouldn't go to Dave & Buster's and just spend all my money all the time. But
he figured out a way to do it.
I figured out the best way to do it. I'm a god at Dave & Buster's. Dude, Bo, you have no clue. So look, I'm worried,
He said Bo. You're really into this.
His name's Bo.
Oh. I thought you meant like...
Yo, Bo. Yeah, nah. So, I've got a buddy who, like, there's like this forum of people, like, on Reddit or whatever the fuck website he goes to that are, like, giant
Matt
Dave &
goes
Buster's
to
fans.
obscure shit. He's ambiguous.
He's ambiguous as fuck.
Yeah.
So, the hammer one, like, the hammer you hit... Or there's the one like where it's a hammer that pushes the pucks.
What are you guys talking about?
He's talking about a game in David. Anyway, so our buddy Matt, he's like, so I get these coupons. He can go in for $20. He can get $40 worth of chips or tokens every time, and then like he has other coupons he can get where it'll be like for $20 you get $60 worth or $80 like on different days. Mm-hmm. So he
where
does that.
Get these coupons from?
Online, like
just
there's
like
websites where you can get them. Yeah. Soon as Dave & Buster's is like a goddamn overgrown man-child. True Copenhagen, until you learn how to crack the system and you can get like a Nintendo Switch for $100, or you know you can buy a blender for $20, like depending on how much tickets you want.
I need a blender. I want to put things in it. Not
you have to hit the right amount to raise the light. I understand that thing is pretty dope. So with Matt has figured out all, like how to hit all the. So like there's the Kung Fu Panda game, where you hit the spot on these pads that corresponds with the spot on the screen, and me and Matt have hit the jackpot every time we've played. Every single time. and it's 1,000 tickets, and it's like one play. There's one game where there's a puck where, you know, like the games where the light rotates and you have to try and stop it on the jackpot. Well, he has the one he plays is like it's a platform that rotates with these pucks that are like hockey pucks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to describe it for them.
Oh, okay,
too.
I got you.
Or you click a button and an arm tries to push a puck into the hole. So, excuse me.
It's like a cross between the thing that like you drop a quarter in and it makes all the other quarters fall out.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
The light
and
thing.
The
it's
light
like
thing.
A cross between the two.
Charlie, how about mod? So, keep talking.
You know, we should pick somebody to mod for the 24-hour podcast.
Huh?
We should towards the end of the 24-hour podcast.
Whoever has typed the most or whatever be mod.
Or whoever's been with us the longest time is the mod. That could be a competition. Yo, that'd be actually pretty dope.
Okay, stop getting ahead of yourself because now you're gonna get people hyped up and I'm gonna have to do a fucking 24-hour podcast.
No, we are doing one for sure.
No,
March 20th.
Anyway, hold on. Don't keep hyping the date up because then it might not happen. And
no, it is going to happen. I'm determined. Come hell or high water, I will be here March 20th. And you will be here with me because I'm going to handcuff us together.
In the past, a normal trip to Dave & Buster's for me, to have fun, I'd spend $60 or $80 bucks.
Because it's ridiculous.
And maybe this hat was 2,000 tickets at Dave & Buster's, and it took me $80 worth of because I wasn't playing just to get tickets. But I spent $60 and was having fun, and then realized I only needed 200 more tickets, and was like, "Fuck it, I'll spend 20 more bucks, play more games, and I'll definitely."
That's how they get you.
Yeah, and I'll definitely get 200 tickets. I can walk into Dave & Buster's right now, anytime, and I can make 2,000 tickets to get this hat inside of 10 minutes now. It's ridiculous. Because I can hit the jackpot on 3 different games, no problem. Charlie, we're gonna make D&B broke in 7 months. Facts. So here's the thing. Matt, my buddy Matt, literally sat me down and was like, "Well, here's what you got to look out for. Here's what they look out for. You can't do this. You can't do that because then they'll get mad at you." He's like, "You can't go in and win more than 100,000 tickets in a day, because then the system's really rigged. Because they barely we hit the jackpot on half of their machines, and still it only ends up paying out so much that day." Regardless, you have to be a fucking savant to be able to just keep getting them to pay you out, you know. But
do they pick up?
Why go to D&B when you can play D&D? I hate you.
We should play D&D though.
Good night,
I'm trying to get us a group together to play D&D.
I've never played.
I want to play. I really want to play. Isaiah wants to DM actually. Anyways, that's beside the point.
15-sided die.
Look, so I have a question.
What's your question, dude?
So what did you guys, whenever you guys went, did you guys get in trouble at all when you went? Because of the way
they don't care.
But you said, there's certain things they look out for or whatever. So that way.
All they care about is if you go in there and you just straight up hit every machine a dozen times. It's kind of like counting cards at a casino. Mm-hmm. If you and me went and if we knew how to count cards and we went in there and won $2,000 or $3,000, they don't give a shit. That's fucking pennies to them. Not even that's like percentages of a penny to a casino. There are people that know how to count cards and probably go to casinos daily and just make enough to live well, but not, they're not millionaires. They're not betting their fucking life savings on a guaranteed win. They go in there with $300 or $400 probably. They win 3,000 or 4,000 and they leave. And that's how they make their living. That's how they live that's their job is being a card counter at blackjack or being a professional poker player or whatever the fuck, people can do that and not get in trouble because they're circulating money. But if you go to a casino counting cards and you win $1 million and you bought them for $200, that's ridiculous. And they're gonna kick you out. They're not gonna let you back in. That's just the way it works. That's the way of the road. But there are people that go in, and the same with Dave & Buster's. If you go in there and every day you're getting a Nintendo Switch for $40 or $50, you're gonna get. They're not gonna let you stay because they're allowed to kick you out of an establishment. Oh shit. But really, the way to do is go in there, play games, have fun, win a Switch after a while. You know what I mean? We're not going in there, we're not fucking pros at every game. I can't go in there and jackpot first try every single game. Mm-hmm. But I can hit a jackpot within 2 or 3 tries of most of the games now, the cornhole game, forget about it. That one, you can hit again and again and again because it's skill-based. Mm-hmm. It's legit skill-based. The zombie one is, luck more so, but you can get good at it based on skill. But even it has some, little like the zombie puck one where you're trying to get the pucks. And then the Kung Fu Panda one's skill-based. Like, some of the skill-based ones, you can just keep hitting, and I don't think they get mad at you. It's kind of like, oh shit, he got good at it, so he's just going to keep playing it, you know? Or your almond... Oh shit.
What?
No.
But like, what about... What games are you talking about specifically that you can hit the jackpot on? Not skill-based, but strategy-wise. Like, what match?
The zombie one is pretty strategy because you have to wait for it to hit a certain area. But you also have to keep in mind that other pucks can be in front of or behind the puck you're trying to get. So you got to try and account for where on the puck you want to hit, you know? Like, if it's a straight shot, it's almost easier to make it in. Like, if there's nothing in the way, because once you know where it's going to be, you know where to play it. The Kung Fu Panda one's just straight up reflex.
Me and Savannah did the Kung Fu Panda one, and like we were just having fun at the time, but we were both taking turns, and like I demolished her. But anyways, but yeah.
Was that just a humble way of you bragging?
No, I was very humble about it.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even mention how I beat her.
Right. It's like when we all played basketball.
Actually, you know what? I think that's the one she beat me at. She beat me at that one, and she beat me at Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, you wouldn't be good at Fruit Ninja. You panic. You're like too fidgety.
No, I was I was pretty good.
You're the kind of person that like you would be like talking shit before playing a video game, and then you wouldn't be able to beat anyone at the video game.
I was good. I'm good at Fruit Ninja, but like the way the screen is or whatever, like doing my fingers against it, it hurts. So like, I don't know if that's just like a skin thing or whatever. Like I'm being serious. I can't sit there and do like that. You know what I mean? I can on my iPad or like my phone. I can sit there and do it all day long.
Yeah,
but, like,
totally.
The big ass screens. I'm being serious.
I know you're being serious. That's what's so funny. Is that this is like serious to you. That's the best shit in the world.
Give me a sword and some actual fruit, and let's go.
Let's fucking go. Yo, actually, that'd be dope. I love those.
Well,
like,
I got
videos.
a sword now. All we need to do is just go to Food Line and buy some fruit. Not
even buy some. Wait until it's all like not allowed to be sold, and just get all that free fruit and start. Just
well, you can't do that. They throw it away.
Really?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let you have it for free?
I mean, we'd have to go digging in the garbage for it. But they can't have us, like, on camera just walking out with that shit.
Yeah, no, I understand. He just said Fruit Ninja. I love this man. Okay, Adam.
Wait, were you Fruit Ninja?
Yeah, he loves you.
He loves me for Fruit Ninja?
Adam does. Apparently, I don't know. Adam, I guess, loves it.
He loves Fruit Ninja?
And now Tim wants you to kiss Adam. And I agree. I think
kiss Adam right now?
I think you should kiss Adam.
Not right now. I don't even know what Adam looks like. Is he of age?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure because we have like some viewers are like 15 and 17.
Yeah, that's
and I'm
true.
like, I don't want to.
You don't want to kiss them. You don't even want to say you.
I don't even. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, there's definitely a scenario where you don't want to kiss that person.
I'm gonna go pee.
Would you like to maybe kiss? Okay, Tim. You're using my quotes, and I do not appreciate it. Wait, he has seen me. Yeah, you've seen Adam. Adam's the one that.
Is he the ripped one?
No, that's. I don't remember who that is. Honestly, there's a lot of ripped people.
That's what I'm saying. You go to like, you hang out with a lot of ripped people all the time, for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, I hang out with like-minded people. What can I say? I just finally take my shirt off. Like, look.
Like, I mean, I know you're racist and all, but like when it comes to being ripped, like you don't even care like what color they are. You're just like, as long as you're ripped, you're going to my house.
Why are you gonna say that? Let me talk to my friends. Let me talk to the chat. Let me catch up with them. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes and shirts haven't come close to off. Listen here, Bo. Okay? You know why that is. No, I'm fat as shit. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't going to tell him Glow, but now you've said that. Steal his chair, Charlie. No, I'm not going to get reverse psychologied by you, you turkey bastard. I kind of want to, though. I'm not going to lie. There's a little piece of me that wants to, like, do something with it. Like, steal it and, like, just run away with it. Put a whoopee cushion on his chair. Yeah, he won't see it. His chair is so bland looking. Look at his, like, it's just a like, he would totally see that. Steal the chair. Oh, there's Nick. We just talked about you. What's up, bro? We were literally just talking about you and Thomas and how he came over and said that, he said the album cover, or the album name was supposed to be Vietnam for for Born in the USA. It's a depressed office worker's desk chair. No, it's actually it is a nice chair. Like, it's very comfortable, it just looks real. It's like sturdy, very like high quality. It's just very like normal looking. It's like this chair. This chair doesn't look like that great, but it's really like it's like a high quality chair. What's up, cutie? Listen, you're exotic. You're cute. Okay, dude. I'll kiss you. I'll kiss you right on the forehead. I'm not even lying. I mean it. I'll kiss you on the forehead. I promise. Shit on. What's up, dude? Yo, Tim, exotic. The fuck, guys? We all bought Borderlands 3. How the fuck have we bought Borderlands 3 and we've all played it once? What is our problem? We must have played the game. We really like fucked up with like high key. We won't talk about Borderlands 3. Low key, like, we gotta start playing that game some. I think I might just start playing it by myself. You know, apparently there are Discords for the Borderlands community where you go in there and, like, let's say that you play as the robot guy, you know? You would join a call as the robot guy and you'd enter into a queue and they'll, like, move you into certain chats with, like, one of each of the other 3 characters. And you can, like, they'll give you, like, the code or an invite for, like, whoever is the host of the game. Like, they'll base it on regions. And, like on the regions who will be close enough. And you can, like, play with the other 3 characters with random people. And, like, play the game out with, like, and you can, like, set it to, like, I'm playing for my first time. Or I want to play with someone who isn't going to spoil it. Like, it's like that. Like, I haven't looked into, like, joining. But I kind of low-key have thought about doing that. Damn, it's not even installed anymore, exotic? That's crazy. Room temperature pizza hits different? That's facts, actually. Have you seen the new season of Rick and Morty yet? I have. It's fucking phenomenal. Like, legit. I love it. Some people don't love it, but I really like it.
Hey, she spilled coffee in here.
I saw. It's okay.
She just said, fuck your room, I'm gonna spill coffee all over it.
No, it's when her computer fell.
Huh?
It was when her computer fell.
No, she told me that she definitely was like, fuck Charlie, and like, fuck his room, and yeah.
That's not what she texted me.
Oh, she did? She texted you?
Yeah, totally.
No, she didn't.
You are a head ace.
You're a head ass? So does that mean like my head's an ass, or like my head is stuck in ass? We never did discuss that fully, by the way. Dude, Knives Out? Knives Out?
We do need to go watch it.
Yeah.
We really almost have watched it like 4 different times. We were like, want to go see it? Yeah, and then just did it.
Dude, so I get paid next
too,
Wednesday, and I'm off that day as well.
You mean this Wednesday? This coming Wednesday?
Yes, yeah. Because it's like, what, today's Saturday?
Friday. Or, yeah, technically it's Saturday. It's been Saturday for an hour.
It's a brand new day?
It is a brand new day. We started on Saturday.
New days. Oh, we did start on Saturday.
We did start on Saturday.
Yeah. New day, new possibilities.
And
new host of To Shmo, To Bang, Bone Down. Dude, can we talk about the time that I started a whole conflict between us from the phrase bone down?
I don't remember that. I don't think it was me.
It was me. That's what I'm saying. It was
I'm
me.
saying, but I don't remember. I don't remember that
you.
conflict. What?
I don't know. The only thing that's keeping me from talking about it is because, like, certain people's names.
Oh, the people that were involved?
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, well, then let's just not talk about it.
Well, can I talk about it in vague terms?
I mean, you can if you want. Tell me what made me mad. I might remember.
It didn't make
I don't even
you
remember
mad.
This.
I don't remember if it made you mad or not. Okay, so
Oh my gosh.
one of our friends, who will remain nameless, we'll call her Sheave.
I know who it is.
We'll call
Okay.
her Sheave.
Okay, I know
Like
who it
Sheave
is. I know who it
Palpatine.
is. Go ahead.
Well, like, Sheave texted Charlie and was
say
like...
she.
No, I'm saying Sheave.
Just
like
say she. Just say she. There's no reason not to.
No, I'm going to say Sheave. Sheave
I hate
texted
it.
Charlie and was like, pretending to be drunk. And was like, hey, I want to, like, bone you down and stuff. Or no, that's actually what started the whole thing. Was like, hey, like, you know, I like you and stuff. When I was told the story, I was like, oh, she wants to bone him down and everything like that. So I went and told...
I remember what's happening.
I went and told Charlie this. And for the longest time, they didn't talk to each other. Charlie wouldn't talk to Sheave. Sheave went and talked to Charlie. And we were sitting in the Huddle House one night, and we finally got Sheave to hang out with us. And we were, like, all sitting there hanging out or whatever. And she was like, what, like, why did you tell Charlie I wanted to bone him down? And I was like... she was like, I never said that. And I was like... did I say that? Because bone down sounds like something I definitely would have said, but I feel like I was using it very loosely. And she was mad that I used that turn of phrase. Writing something. I'm not going to read it out loud. Yes. Do you remember this? I feel like you're searching your memories. He's buffering.
Is this the... Hold on.
This is when we had that really long heart-to-heart, like with me, you, and Sheave, and Quentin.
Hold on a second. Like, recently?
I mean, probably been a couple months. It was. I feel like it was before Christmas.
Hold on a second.
No, it had to be after Christmas, because you didn't know we were cool yet.
Hold on a second. Are you talking about... Hold on a second.
Oh, he's having a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, I don't know if I want to talk, because there's other people, I don't want to say what I'm thinking because of people's names and shit, because there's too many.
Just come up with dummy names.
No, it won't work. The way I'm thinking about it won't work.
Use Star Wars names.
Is this the thing that I told you could have happened, but didn't, and this is like the base, and you're saying it a certain way? That's the best way I can say this. Because that situation specifically, like the bone down, I remember that being a joke. That didn't happen recently at all.
No, that didn't happen recently. But
you're telling me, so wait, you're talking about the big thing that happened years ago.
No. That happened when. What do you mean by recently? Like, what's your time frame?
Well, since we've been fucking friends again since September.
That happened before we started being friends again.
Like when we were friends though.
Yeah, because I heard about it secondhand. And remember, she was trying to find out who I heard it from.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's just not touch that.
Come on, that's a hilarious story though.
But hold on, some things are not 100% in the air right now on that, so we're not going to talk about it.
What?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
We're not going to.
You always say this and then you forget to tell me.
Well, remind me. You always forget. It never seems important enough for you to remember.
There's 20 billion things you're like, I'll tell you later. And I'll be like, okay, let me just remember this specific thing.
Yes, it's my genius plan to never have to talk to you about anything.
Get out of here.
We do a podcast where we talk to each other.
I'm going to punch you in the nuts under the table.
Right. You can't.
I can, though. Like, look, it wouldn't be hard.
It would literally be hard.
Face your nuts toward me.
No.
Adjust them. Rotate.
Sometimes I just want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
Have you ever seen the movie Teeth?
No.
It's about this girl who has a vagina.
Oh,
and there's teeth
on her
in
vagina.
And I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's like a fake horror movie. It's like a horror movie, but it's like a on purpose shitty horror movie.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I haven't watched it.
Kevin Smith directed it.
Really?
No.
Oh. I was going to say, like, imagine. I wouldn't be surprised, though. He's directed, like, a lot of stuff that's really, really good.
Ram Ranch is a place of delight for cock-loving cowboys. And this hook really shows it. Grant tells the story of Ram Ranch in inspiring and moving words. Ram Ranch breaks boundaries as the first cowboy orgy ranch in the United States. And you can hear the enthusiasm in Mr. McDonald's voice as he states his own experience as the cowboy paradise. Ram Ranch really rocks.
There's a movie I wanted to ask you if you've seen.
What movie?
It's called The Babysitter. It's on Netflix. It's a horror movie about the babysitter that tries to sacrifice her kid that she's babysitting.
No.
It's
fucking watch
amazing.
Horror movies.
It's not even like a horror movie. It's by the Wayne brothers, I think, because they're in it.
Is it a joke movie?
It's like a joke horror movie, kind of. But like it's
my boy?
I wouldn't say it's on the same level as Scary Movie, but it's definitely something more on the same like page as like. What's a good comparison? Fuck, I don't know.
Charles F.N. Did you change your name to something?
It's somewhere in between like Scary Movie and like an actual Scary Movie. You know
The Babysitter is a fantastic comedy horror. Okay.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
See? It's hilarious.
Okay, well, if it's hilarious, I might give it a chance. Especially if it's the Wayans brothers, because they're fucking geniuses.
I think it's the Wayans brothers. I'm like 80% sure it's
If it's them, definitely. Made an 18-year-old fall in love with me and take me to prison. Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Tim, wait. Who?
Tim, I'm not 18.
Who? He heard a girl on COD and lost... Oh, okay. She's playing Call of Duty with some kid. Well, good job, Tim. Tim will talk so much shit. Yes, it was... You're Charlie Boy. There's a guy in chat.
Is that the real Charlie Boy? Like, not the real...
His name is... No, I'm the real Charlie Boy on
No,
Twitch.
I'm talking about the Charlie Boy that's
on Twitter. No. You're on... No, it's not him. On Twitter, this guy's name is CHXRLEZFN. A long time ago, like years ago, his name was Charlie Boy on Twitch, like my name, but instead of BOYE, it was BOII. And he came in the chat and he subscribed, and Nick was like, Charlie, wait, that's not Charlie, right? Like, you're Charlie, but you're not our Charlie. Are you here? Type. And I typed, I was like, it's not me. And he was like, shit, bro. I don't know if we can have two Charlie Boys. This is going to fuck me up. And then, like, I was in chat, and I was like, yeah, bro, there's only one Charlie Boy. And then he whispers me, and he's like, hey, like, I can change my name. And I was like, whoa, bro, no, I'm kidding. Like, relax. And then he changed his name.
Oh,
and I felt like, and he changed it a lot later, like, because, like, it was getting weird. But he's, like, mad cool. And, like, every time he came in chat, I was like, yo, Charlie Boy. And he was like, Charlie Boy. And, like, we were mad homies. Like, he's cool. And he, like, legit changed his name. And, like, I forgot. And I just saw it. And I was like, wait, I know this guy. I can't remember who he is. And then it's Charlie Boy.
So, like, you bullied this man into changing his name.
Yes. By accident.
Golly.
You bullied someone out
That's what we're going to get you for now. Not even the Canada thing. Not even you, like... We won't draw the line at you being a racist, homophobic
You
Nazi.
and Tim literally said that at the same... Like, she typed it, and it sent... You bullied someone out of their name. Like, you said it, and, like, it sent with her as you said it.
What can I say? We're kindred spirits. But anyways, you bullied this man out of his name. That's where we're drawing the line at. It's not even that you're a racist, homophobic, Nazi, Ku Klux Klan member who hates Canada and certain Canadians. It's that you bullied this man out of his name. His own original name, by the way, that he came up with, just so you could have the Twitter handle, the real Charlie Boy.
No, this
I know. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah. Blake said, I heard a girl on COD when I was 13 and my cock turned into a fire hydrant.
What?
I was a youngster back then. I respected that. He was the real Charlie Boy.
Wait, how old is this guy?
He was young. That's all that matters. Thank you, Charlie. Is your name Charlie?
What was his name? Charlie?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that.
What if it goes by Chuck?
I go by Chuck. Like on here, a lot of people call me Chuck. A lot of people call me Chuck.
That's gross.
On the internet.
You guys need to stop.
Hashtag Charlie Boy is over party 2020. Shut the fuck up.
No, you know what? Now you gotta change your name.
Man Snipe.
You should change your name because he changed his name.
Hey Chris, Adam, I'll kill you.
Charlie, you gotta change your name now because he changed his name.
Shit, fuck you. No.
Well, look, so hear me out.
If I change my name, we don't get to stream anymore.
Instead of like the Charlie Boy with like the Y's and stuff,
moderate.
You should do like 2 Y's instead of 1 Y. Like Charlie Boy.
No.
Why not?
I'm 18 and yeah, my name's Charlie, but I go by Charles. Okay.
Oh, sweet. Wait. There's a Charles that I work with that's like that. Like, he's very soft-spoken, but he's like 20-something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie's a pretty common name.
No. I just mean, like, when you...
I know, like, 4 Charlies.
No, when you mentioned the thing about how he whispered to you, he's like, hey, man, I'll change my name, like, for real, if you want me. That's specifically, like, that kind of guy.
He didn't literally whisper.
No, that's not what I mean. I know what whispering is within the context of Twitch, but I think like it's hilarious.
I know what Charlie.
Because it's definitely the sort of thing that he would have done. You know what I mean? And like totally meant it. Like the other day, I was on a cash register. You know me. I'm never on a cash. Oh, bye, Adam. But you know me. I'm never on a cash register. We're just really busy. Can I fucking speak? Anyways, this guy comes up to me and he's like he's a guy I work with, by the way. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Super soft-spoken. Really nervous to talk to anybody. It takes him like an hour to ask you, can he go to the bathroom? And
that sounds so familiar.
He comes up to me and he goes, hey, Creighton, like, I see you've been on the register for a long time. Like, just talking just like this. It's like, hey, like, you know, if you want me to, I'll take over for you so you can just have a break and everything. And I was like, Charles, I'm good. Like... Yeah, I'm supposed to be on the register right now. Like, you're supposed to be doing your thing, helping customers outside and everything. And I'm supposed to be on the register. He's like, okay, well, just let me know if you need anything. And then he walked away. And I was like, That's the sweetest, but like dumbest shit.
How old is he?
He's older than me. He's like your age.
Than you?
Yes, he's like 24 or 23,
Jesus.
somewhere in there. This dude is the most soft-spoken, well-mannered guy who's slow as fuck. But like not slow like in the middle, just like everything he does is super slow.
I don't think anyone thought that.
Okay.
You put it in everything.
But like he's so nice. He's just really slow. And like him checking shit out, like it's like, and then I'm just
dude's finna be a serial killer. Says Copenhagen.
He might be for real. Like, we'll and then see. sometimes like he'll walk by and he'll like
Action
say,
makes the Creighton grow fonder. See,
like, look, so sometimes when I first like started working with him, he would walk by and like say some self deprecating humor, and I'm like, why, Charles? Why are you hurting yourself like this? You're such a nice guy. He's like, man, I just fucking hate myself. And I'm like, oh my God,
the
Charles.
Food Lion Strangler.
I was like, oh my God, Charles, are you okay? And he was like, no, man, like, you know, like I just have a lot going on.
Damn.
And I was like, oh my God.
God damn, yeah, exactly.
But like, I don't want to talk shit about this guy because I love him to death. But it's like, sometimes the things that I hear about him are just so hilarious. Like, his mom will come in, and his mom is like a bigger woman who has to have the Mark card to get around. And one night, he was taking too long getting shit. Like, getting off, because he had to put, like, up a bunch of go-backs and stuff that we had on register. And his mama comes in, and she's like, are you done yet? And he's like, no. He's like, well, hurry the hell up.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, damn, like,
bro,
Charles'
you shouldn't be telling people. You shouldn't be
no,
saying
but,
that.
okay, no. It made me laugh at the time. I was like, Charles, like, your mama can't run you like this. You're like 24, man. Like, you gotta get in there.
He's watching the stream right now. The
oh my God.
Creighton. Here's chat.
Look, I love
again.
that, though.
I had to take shit because of this
Wait,
coffee.
move it over so I can see myself.
Oh my God, you fucking narcissist.
Thank you.
I'll be right back. There's chat. Have fun, chat.
Putting on lipstick. But anyways. Yeah. I love him, though, to death. He's like the best person I've ever worked with. He's super nice. He helps out everybody. Steal his chair. Oh, dude. As if I wouldn't. Ow. Ah. It's my stream now. I am the Charlie boy. I am. Let's see. There we go. What does it say? Finally? Finally the real host. So anyways, what other Food Lion stories could I tell you guys? Wait, what's this say? Usurper, I mean. Oh, dude, have you guys seen that episode of The Office where Michael falls in the koi pond? Oh, God, that shit's hilarious. Like, and when they play the video of him, like, of Michael falling into the koi pond, you see Jim going like this, and not catching Michael. Oh my God, it's hilarious. And then Dwight whispers, Judas, when he sees that. Oh my God. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like a good Food Lion story. I told the story about the cult the last time we had a podcast. Let's see. Ooh. Wait. Charlie, let him have his moment. Let me have my moment, Charlie. Damn it. You're on a toilet right now. Charlie, don't you argue with me over chat. Anything more with the Black Hebrew Israelites? No, nothing lately. We had this woman come in early in the morning. I wasn't there for this, by the way, but she comes in and there's like a wad of money on the floor, and she goes and picks it up and is like, what'd she say? She said, "Finders keepers," and my manager saw the lady it was an older lady that. Any come about the poop bandit? Oh no, nothing about it. I forgot about the poop bandit. But you're right. I'll get back to that later. But anyways, this lady comes in. She picks up this wad of money. My manager had seen who dropped it, by the way. It was like just in the middle of doing something and was coming back to get it.
And this lady picks it up. It's like finders keepers. So she goes over, and she's also picking up money from Western Union. And my manager is like, hey, you know, I know whose money that is. If you just give it to me, like, you know, I'll make sure the customer gets it. And she's like, no, finders keepers, losers weepers. Like, you know, fuck her or whatever. And my manager was like, okay, so you're picking up this money from Western Union, like, you know, like, how would you feel if you got out in the parking lot and you dropped it, and whoever found it just isn't going to return it to you? And, like, she was like, I don't care. And, like, this escalated, by the way, to the point where, like, the cops had to be called. Because my manager was like, I know who this is. It's a lot of money. Because it was about, like, $250 that this lady had picked up. Is that you? Oh, hey. But anyways, so the cops get called. And my manager goes and involves her manager. And the cop literally yells at my manager saying, this is some dumb shit or whatever. Like, you know, I can't understand. You guys are acting like children. And, like, it's totally on the side of the woman and everything. And my manager was like, look, I'm just trying to return this lady's money to the proper owner. So she gets the other manager involved. And she tells the cop, like, she marks down his badge number. And it's like, I'm going to talk to your staff sergeant about it and see, like, what he thinks. So another cop gets involved, and at this point, the store manager is out there, the assistant store manager is out there, and the front end manager is out there, like, talking to this lady who's just like, finders keepers, all this bullshit. So what ends up happening, the cops, like, end up having to sit her down and, like, tell her that she cannot keep the money, and, like, we had to turn it in. And at that point, the woman who had dropped the money had just left. But they got the money from her, and eventually got the money back to the customer that had dropped it. But, like, the store manager fussed at our front-end manager for it, saying, like, you know, if you can't handle this, I don't know why, like, you know, you're a front-end manager and everything like that. But, like, the thing about it is the lady herself was, like, being, like, such a bitch about it. Like, it just, I don't know, it was just such a difficult, like, first of all, who's going to walk into a store, see a wad of money that big, and, like, as soon as somebody knows, like, what is happened, Defoe, a Karen, honestly. But who's going to walk into a store and be like, that's my money or whatever, and I'm keeping it? Like, I get it if you don't know whose it is, but, like, still, if it's that amount of money, like, you know, it could have been, like, for rent or for something. Like, I just couldn't, in good conscience, like, pick that up and be like, well, finders keepers, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. Like, $1 or $2, hell, a $5 bill on the ground, that's one thing, but, like, a wad of money that's clearly for something important, like, that's crazy. Probably drug money. It's also one thing if it's, like, $15. Yeah, exactly, but this was, like, a wad of, like, $250. Tristan's back. Oh, hey, Tristan, welcome back. Tristan's back again, tell a friend. I like that. But anyways, so they end up getting the money back. The store manager fussed at my manager, and my manager was like, what the fuck? Like, we're supposed to be a team on a united front. Like, you know, like, looking out for the customer and making sure everything's going to be alright. I like that remix Creighton does the song. I might not know the song. Rip. But, I don't know. It made me mad when she told me about it, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to know, like, is there anybody, Shady's back. Huh. I actually, like, know that song, but I didn't get the reference. Oh well. But anyways, I don't know, like, if any of you guys saw, like, a wad of money and somebody that's in management at the store where you saw the money was like, hey, I know who that belongs to, I saw them drop it. Like, you know, if you give it to me, I'll give it to the right person. Like, you know, you wouldn't be like, finders keepers, right? You'd be like, yeah, like, you know, give that to that person. But anyways, I mean, it's just, I don't know, people, like, so there's some days where, like, my faith in humanity is restored by working in a grocery store, and there's some days where I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Snatch that shit, buy lotto tickets. That's fair. I had a good experience the other day, by the way. So, like, this lady was upset because I had walked by her at the service desk. Well, walked by is loosely. So, to put things into perspective, the service desk is, let's say, like that painting over there. And I'm way over here, probably about like where this mirror is, walking down an aisle this way. And there's a lady on the other side of that painting, but I can't see her because there's computer screens in the way. When I finally look back, I see her, and I see that she's been waiting for a long time. So I walk over there, I'm like, sorry for your wait. And she had, like, said something under her breath. And I was like, excuse me, what'd you say? Or whatever. Like, you know, not, like, in a rude way, but I was like, you know, like, I didn't hear what you said. And she said nothing. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, and I was like, how's your day going? And this and that there. You know, like, just making conversation or whatever. And she was like, oh, it's going okay, you know, I've kind of had, like, a shitty day or whatever, and, like, you know, I was, like, really upset, like, that you guys didn't see me at first, but, like, you know, you talked to me and everything, and, like, you know, it made my day better, and she complimented me, saying, like, you have great customer service skills and all this, and that and the other. One could say it was a food lion, eat the food lion world. Hey.
Get out of my chair, first of all.
My chair?
Get out of my chair.
Stop
wearing this headset. Look, you can get in this chair. Wear your fucking headset because you fuck this headset up. Get up.
Okay.
And also, you can't say, guy, like, it's about as far from that painting to this mirror. Like, they're all in here and can see that.
No, they can see the painting.
They can't see the fucking distance.
Oh. Well, how would you...
You were describing it? I'd say 20 feet.
20... Nah, that's too far.
That's 20 feet.
Is that 20 feet?
Roughly.
Oh.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That might not be enough.
And then diagonally, it's like 16.
Diagonally. Those of you who watch Harry Potter will appreciate
the song he was referencing was "Guess Who's Back, Back, Back,
yeah.
Back Again." Shady's back. That's the Eminem song. I found $45 once. That was the most, and I think that I agree with you on that story. On like in terms of who was in the wrong and the right,
yeah,
and
like,
all that.
I think it's one thing if like you find it in the parking lot, there's nobody else around, and there's no way of knowing like whose it is or where it came from. You know what I mean? Even then, I'm thinking like maybe I should go and turn this in. But like if you find it like right there at the door. And, like, management...
You know it's possible to figure out whose it was.
And management is right there telling you, like, hey, I know whose this is. Like, you know, if you give it to me, I'll make sure they get it.
It's like, well, then, yeah, of course, here you go.
Yeah.
If it's, like, $5, I don't even care if they know. I'm be like, yo, you fucked up. This is my $5 now.
Yeah. But, Tristan, like, this lady was, like...
When I wear the headset, it is fully extended. Homie pushes it all the way closed, and the wire inside is getting scrunched up. Like, you see how it gets scrunched the more? He has to fully close the headset, and the wire is getting cracks in the wire. Like, that's what I mean. It's pissing me off.
Nice Chamber of Secrets reference. Thank you.
I've had these for years.
Hey, that's Nick.
Creighton Small Brain? Yes, it is Nick. I said that earlier. I said that when you...
Oh, you say he's here.
And then
the greatest storyteller of our generation.
Headphones. These are Astros, bro. What are you saying? These are Astros. These are A40s.
Wait, is Copenhagen being sarcastic about the storytelling thing? Because I feel like I didn't do a good job.
He's talking about these headphones.
No, I'm talking about... He said that about the storyteller thing.
One could say it's a food line, eat food.
No, before that.
Before that?
Yeah, it's right here. Like, look right there.
Great,
look
the greatest storyteller of our generation. I don't know. Probably.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic. Because I felt like I wasn't doing a good job telling him.
Yeah, well, listen, bro. They're $270 headset that have lasted and still work as good as when I got them. I don't feel like spending money on new ones. Good evening, Cucks. Hello, Chris.
Oh, it's Chris.
It is indeed.
What's up, Chris? How are you?
Yes.
He's gonna drop the N-word.
Who's Chris? Black Jesus Chris.
Black
Tristan.
Jesus Chris. Yeah. You know that, Chris Tristan.
Like the Chris I know? That is the Chris you know.
That is the
Chris.
Chris.
Shit.
Yeah.
What up, Chris?
So wait. I want to know your thoughts on that story and the one I was telling after that. About the lady complimenting me and, like, basically us turning each other's days around.
I thought they were both good stories.
That's it?
That's all. With the money thing, I had more to say about the money thing as you were telling it, but now it's like I don't want to go and retype the whole thing. Ooga booga, I'm going to say the N-word. Says Chris. So just...
That's true to his character.
It is. Creighton, the wolf shouldn't bother himself with the opinions of sheep.
That's fair.
That is fair.
I really didn't care about your opinion. I was trying to make conversation.
No, I know. You suck at that.
What? No, I'm just...
Making conversation.
I'm pretty good at making conversation.
Yeah, man. You've been all... Oh, they're just having a conversation.
I'm trying to, like, get us to talk about topics instead of you just talking the chat the whole time, which I'm petitioning taking chat away from you.
Uh-huh.
Which we should, because it's fucking, like, distracting you. Right now.
I've been giving it a lot of thought. If we were going to start doing this every single day,
yeah,
I would probably stop reading chat a lot more. But the fact that we only do this once or twice a week, there has to be some level of, like, back and forth with chat so that this remains a
staple,
an interactive, and then just like so that we maintain an interaction with the people that are coming to actually take the time to watch us and chat. You know what I mean? If we were doing this every single day, then I would go back to when we were like for the first 10 minutes or the last whatever. You know, we would do the podcast, stop the recording of it, and then
just
stream us talking to chat for a while. I would do that more often if we were doing this every single day. Because of like YouTube, but the fact that we only get to do this once or twice a week right now, if that even, because we just went 8 days without doing a podcast,
which is sad.
Which is very sad.
That
the worst part is that literally 5 days in a row we would have been able to do one if we wanted.
We were trying to.
When we tried to a bunch of different days and it just shit
didn't work
fell
out.
through. Yeah.
We just have great friends. Like we keep getting distracted.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, not only do we have great friends, we've been able to see a lot of friends lately that we haven't seen in like months. And months
or
and months.
years.
Or years for some of them. And so it was like, bro, let's hang out. So it was like
it's like, what's more important, our careers as mediocre podcasters? Or like,
career is even, or like, why even say career?
Or like see our friends that we only see like every blue moon.
Exactly. Like David.
Yeah.
I miss, dude, I'm so glad I got to see him.
I know, right? Imagine if we'd done the podcast last
Speaking of him, hold on. I'm just going to write it down so I actually don't forget. I got to talk to you about him after. David.
After. And don't forget the other thing you didn't want to talk about.
Which was? Oh. There we go.
Yep.
We'll talk about those later. Anyway. No coloreds allowed. Remember, Creighton? Says Chris. Jesus Christ. Anyone else playing Escape from Tarkov? Bro. My friend Chris, I don't know if he's still here. Not you, Chris, but Chef Chris. He tweeted out earlier. He tweeted. Let me just look it up so I can tweet it, so I can quote him properly. TL wanted. He said, "My body may be at work, but my mind is always in Tarkov," which was like, I read that and like in his voice, he has a very raspy voice, and I heard it in his voice, and I just saw him like smiling, saying it like this. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, I've heard that it's like I've watched a lot of it. I don't play it. Just because I don't think that it would be my kind of game, but I do enjoy watching people play it, and it is pretty addicting looking. It's like one of those games that I could see people getting sucked into, you know? But me, myself, that shit ain't happening.
Is Sterling here? Has Sterling ever been in here?
I don't know.
I think Sterling's been in here. Akira Bread or something like that?
Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised.
He has been in here before.
I want to play it, but I don't have the funds for it. Yeah, I mean, that's
Tristan,
another thing.
That reminds me. Hey, I need to ask you for a favor.
Ask him.
Is he here already?
Yeah, he's been
Okay,
here.
I didn't know if he came back or not, or if he left again. But, so, like, I'm getting a shell for, like, a PC, and I was wondering how much I would have to... Like, you can message me to work out a price or anything, but could you, theoretically, put together a computer for me?
Do you already have the stuff for the computer that goes into the shell? So you simply have the case for the computer.
Yeah, with
you
the
have
fans.
The cheapest part of the... Okay, we have fans.
Yeah.
Basically the cheapest part of a PC.
Yeah, it's got like 4 fans or something.
The fans aren't the thing, but...
It's got more fans than I got.
Interesting. Church is still on. Goodbye. Goodbye, Sneaky. It was good seeing you. Sneaky, are you going to be up tonight, like, late? I want to talk to you.
He wants to talk with you, bond with you.
I do.
Touch your
he's going to Vegas with me.
Oh, so you do?
Get my Discord from... Yeah, I'll give you his Discord.
I do have his Discord.
Are you sure?
I've messaged him before about photoshopping something for me.
give him a budget, he says. Not now, but message him.
Yeah.
Message him on Discord then and just give him a budget and he can start trying to put something together, he says.
Okay.
Charlie, what do you think of this emote?
What's the emote?
I love you. That's what I think of this emote. Here, I'll show you. It's this. It's our emote, but you have to kind of lean in close because it's small. He put hearts over the nipples. Or where the nipples would be.
That's funny.
Probably not crazy late? Shit. Okay, well, I'll talk to you in the next couple days. I love you. That's all I want you to know, Sneaky, essentially.
Yeah!
I was really just going to talk to you about the trip and, like, what you knew and possibly about inviting a friend of ours if he can go. But he doesn't know if he can go yet. Anyway.
How did he find my Discord so fast? I figured we were already friends. No, we're not friends. How did you find my Discord so fast?
Well, he has my Discord, and you are in that Discord.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's probably how. That's probably the detective work he put in.
Oh, okay. Is he part of the group chat, like Cyclops Daddy?
I don't think so.
Do you want to be part of the group chat? Hold on. I'm just going to shoot him an invite.
Never mind. Exactly that. Exactly. Yeah. It's like not. Doesn't take a fucking city cop to figure that shit out.
No, I just was curious because I didn't know he was in your chat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let me see if he is in there already.
From my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
I do not think he. Oh yeah, he's already in that chat.
Oh, he's already joined. Yeah.
No.
Wait, did he just join or?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he must have just joined because it. Sterling's like, who are you?
Anyway. I almost said anyway in a weird way because of one of my friends, and it's pissing me off, Tim, if you're still here. I can't believe that just happened. I'm so mad.
What?
You ever, like, have somebody say something that you don't like them say, and then they say it so much that you start saying it?
Yes.
That. I almost said something in a way that pissed me off. Makes me want to, like, punch a baby. You know me. All about, oh shit, no, stop. What the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, that's not how I wanted that to be. Actually, that's kind of dope. Okay, so what if I do this? No, 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 no. Charlie, can I 1v1 you in COD? One day. Not right now, because you see, before you see I'm podcasting. God damn it, Twitch. Bro, I hate this
What happened?
Like, it fucking, the way Twitch is set up right now.
Dude, I felt the same way about how Discord's set up right now. I don't like how Discord is.
What do you mean set up? It's the same.
So, they changed it recently to, like, wherever you invite... whenever you invite people to your chat, like, you can't I mean, you can, but the setting doesn't stay. Like, if you preset the link that you send people to never expire, like...
That's just the way your Discord's set up. You can fix that.
Okay.
I'll show you how in a little bit.
I've been trying to fix it, but it's just... It keeps reverting back to that setting after I hit save on it. Even after I hit save and everything. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
When's your next day off?
I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because...
Back to back. But I'm doing movie night Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Like, go to the movie night?
Or no, we're just watching Godzilla.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember.
With Isaiah.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do you want to go?
No.
Oh, you don't like Godzilla?
No.
What you got against Gojira?
Nothing. I just don't like Godzilla.
You don't like Mothra?
I don't care. It's that. I don't care. I don't... It's like, if someone was like, hey, do you want to come watch NASCAR for 5 hours? No, I don't want to do that.
How can you not care? Like, what do you mean you don't care?
I don't care about it. I don't want to watch it.
What?
Shut the fuck up. Stop. I hate you. I hate when you do
Were you
this.
just desensitized by all the violence in the world? That you can't accept that a giant monster made from nuclear energy will destroy an entire city? Possibly an entire civilization? And you say I'm the one with problems, Charlie. Ah, man. If only you knew. If only you knew.
Kimberly, this is your son. He is slighting me. I'm gonna have to retaliate. So don't be mad at me if I beat him up.
Strike me
I like
down.
watching realistic movies like RoboCop or Night at the Museum.
Who said that?
Godzilla doesn't care about you either, damn it, says Nick. Tristan's who said the realistic movie thing. I also like watching realistic movies. You know,
like 1917.
No, that's actually realistic. No, I like watching realistic ones, like SpongeBob or Avatar. You should shave everything but your mustache.
Me?
Thank you.
Oh, you?
I guess
you or me?
Me,
both of us together?
Both of us at the same time. Yes.
Shave each other's
I shave pretty much. The only hair on my body is on my head. On this head, you fucking. Both of us? Okay, yeah. We should shave everything.
Well, we're just going to look like two Walter Whites with a podcast.
Well, we'd have to keep this to be Walter White.
Well, that's what they're saying. Everything but your hair.
Mustache.
Oh.
Mustache.
Oh.
Just mustache.
Huh.
You'd look like Tom Selleck if you did that. You didn't shave this.
I wouldn't mind looking like Tom Selleck.
Gross. How? What's gross?
Caterpillars.
Yeah, I don't like caterpillar mustache. I don't like just the mustache look. Like
I love like a good thick
like
caterpillar mustache.
I mean, yeah, but I don't like if it's just a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Like I like having.
Tom Selleck had a good one. Burt Reynolds had a good one.
Yeah, very few people pull that off. Kurt Russell pulls it off.
What's his name that actually plays Ron Swanson? Fuck, I can't.
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman has a good one.
Imagine if hair only grew on your penis head.
Stanley has a good one. Lit.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Stanley has.
I don't think I could ever shave my beard.
That's like what you would call a baton.
I thought that until I shaved this. I shaved this on November 1st, and it grew back in, like, literally a week.
Oh, yeah. This part grows the fastest.
It grows so fast now. My mustache too, no, both. They both grew back within, like, a week. Like, back to, like, this length. And now I have to keep them, like, I have to trim them, like, every couple days.
I'm trying to get where, like, I'm either going to shave this or trim it more. I don't know yet. But I think I'm going to wait till I cut all my hair again.
Your beard does look dope, Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan's got a pretty.
You definitely look better with a beard. Like I think I look better with this facial hair.
You look like an evil elf with that baby face.
Me?
No,
him?
Tristan.
Yeah, low key.
Yeah.
You look like you're up to no good. When
yeah.
You have no when you're baby face.
Like no offense to you, but like that's the vibe I got.
I feel like I just look like a stereotypical douchebag.
Yeah. Well,
like
I mean,
in a movie,
anyway.
I look like the bully in a movie when I don't have facial hair.
You look like that anyway, though.
Well, yeah, but I look like the one that like really does like.
Oh, you know who you used to look like? You used to look like that kid from We're the Millers.
Yeah, I still look like him.
Yeah, no, but like now you have the beard, so it kind of throws it off, so people don't really see it like the first time they meet you. But my God, in high school when he didn't
when
have
I was a little
this,
kid, I looked like the
cut.
kid from Stuart Little.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Shit.
That's fucking Zack and Cody, isn't it?
No.
It is though.
No, it's not. It's not the same kid.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Man, all white kids look the same to me. So
that's okay.
It's true though.
I'm pretty sure if Jonathan Lipnicki, that's his name.
Bunch of pasty faced bastards.
I'm pretty sure if I shave my. Oh, I read that wrong. I'm pretty sure if I shaved, my girlfriend would cry and break up with me. I'm pretty sure if I shaved my girlfriend, I was like, wait.
Why are you shaving your girlfriend?
Yeah, I was like, wait, and then I read it.
Is Tristan the one that said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, his girlfriend seems like the type that would be in the beards.
What's that mean?
That's not a slight against him.
I know, I just don't get like, what kind of. How can you tell if women are like?
Oh, you can tell because there's like look, there's no in between with this. By the way, like there's girls that fucking hate beards, and then there's girls that love beards, and then there's no.
There are definitely
no, there's not. I swear to God.
I know those women.
No. My mom. No. Listen to me. Hear me out. My mom fucking hates beards.
I feel so slighted.
my mom fucking hates beard. Wait, you're more slighted than that with the elf thing? The elf thing's hilarious. But anyways, okay. My mom fucking hates beards. And then I've met girls who like hate people without beards.
So because you've met those two types of people,
no. I'm just saying like every girl I've ever talked to, like, and it's been I know a lot of girls like they're like either love beards or they hate beards.
Yeah. So with that logic, like they're the only women on the planet.
No. I'm just saying.
Women can only exist without opinion.
Like it's very much like a this or that kind of thing.
It's not though.
It is though.
No, it's not.
It's like
what you're saying is because of your experience. There is no other experience.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not
literally no. It is literally.
No,
what you're
that's
saying.
not what I'm saying though.
It's actually literally.
I'm just saying that's what like
you've experienced.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. That's what it is.
Exactly. So what you're saying is,
There is no
There's
other.
no other way.
No, there is no other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just mad that I'm right. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong, Charlie. Every
It's
now
moments like this where I legitimately like start regretting doing a podcast.
You know, it's okay to be wrong, Charlie.
I'll kill you. I could kill you right now. I could end your life.
You could try. Imagine I just
will
ignite a lightsaber and like we just end up going at it.
I hate you.
Lava starts pouring out of every orifice.
Wait.
Like it's the inverse of the most of our body. Like we just start bleeding lava as for.
You know what movie I have grown a new love for recently?
What?
Is the Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the second Jurassic
Oh,
World
because we
movie.
watched that video the other day?
Well, I watched the movie again too, and like that movie's so much better than I thought it was good in theaters. Like you didn't like it right away.
I didn't like it at all.
You didn't like it at all, and I liked it. Like I was like,
Did
I
we
did
get to
not
see
like
that
it.
together?
Yeah, we saw it. No, we didn't. I saw that with Nathan and Lisa.
Oh, okay.
When Lisa still lived here. That came out.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Not this last summer, but the summer before that, I think.
Who did I go see it?
Hold on, let me double check. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom release date. May 21st, 2018. So like a year and a half ago.
21st.
No,
almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much here. It's February, March, April, May, so a year and 9 months ago. So, a year and 3/4 ago.
What was I doing then?
Living in Colombia.
How did I watch that movie?
Probably went and watched it.
No, but I meant like I didn't have money. Like I'm trying to figure out like how did I go and see this? And who I went to see. Huh?
What?
Who said get you a job?
Tristan did. Anyway, rewatching that movie with like a new lens of understanding for what that movie means for the next movie, like I not only really like it's like my new favorite one in the series. Well, the first Jurassic Park will always be my favorite. It's gonna be tough to beat the first. Bro, I rewatched the first Jurassic Park as well.
It's so good.
That movie's so fun. That's like a top 10 movie of all time for me. Like not like best movie of all time, but like
a top 10 like it hits
like
you.
my favorite top 10 movies.
So I don't know if I definitely after watching like the Everything Great About video for that movie, I'm like there's things about this movie that I like, but I still don't like it overall. And like I get where you're coming from, like what this means for the next movie.
Well, no, I liked the movie anyway.
Okay.
Like, to me, I just liked the
movie. I was about to
say,
because like, if it's just like what it means for the next movie, I feel like that doesn't necessarily make it a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, Infinity War's a great movie without having to rely on, oh, this is what's going to happen in the next movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like that line of thinking.
Yeah.
But I
rewatched Infinity War yesterday, too.
I like Jurassic World, like that one, just so
good. It's like
good.
the best. It's the second best movie in the franchise. It goes like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World for me. Like Jurassic, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3 are like nothing compared to the first
There was
Jurassic
a
World
moment watching Jurassic World where I was like,
"This might be the best one."
This might be the And
when he's pacing back and forth, and he said, "You raised a generated dinosaur with around no other dinosaurs." It's seeing all of this for the first. When he's like giving that speech on how they fucked up, I was like in the theaters, I was like, and I'm getting goosebumps. I'm like I get chills. Like that moment is fucking. That's the moment. That's the moment where you're like, this might be the best movie that they've made. And it really, to me, it is like it's way better than Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. There's definitely moments where you're like, shit. This might be the best one now. And it's like they're the 1 and 2. It's hard. I still put Jurassic Park because there are moments in Jurassic Park
that are just so memorable.
Not just so memorable, where it's like not only are they iconic, but you're like, whoa, what did they just do and how did they make this look like? Because it's all practical. Yeah. The T-Rex in Jurassic Park is a practical thing. Like it's like there are computer generated moments, but like when it's standing there in the rain.
That's real.
That's real. That's
the
a
eye
real.
Moving?
That's all real.
God.
It's a robot. That's a robot they built. They built it out of trucks. It's like truck mechanics. Like they used like
hydraulics and stuff.
They had to use hydraulics out of vehicles, and they built this giant T-Rex. It is the most Fuck. Okay.
What?
Copenhagen? What Copenhagen? What's that eye roll for? Explain yourself. Like Jurassic Park, bro. That moment. At the end when the T-Rex kills the raptor.
Oh, the fight at the end. I forgot about the fight at the end.
Bro, when they're in the kitchen hiding from the raptors, bro.
Yeah. Like that moment in the
Samuel
kitchen
Jackson
and when the T-Rex and the raptor team up in the end of Jurassic World. Like, oh, dude. Like, those two moments, like...
When she's running in high heels.
Oh, it got the...
And has the flare, I was like... It's just one of those, like... Like, you're just losing your shit moments, you know? You're like, oh my god, it's amazing. Like, that's just such a, like, badass, unbelievable moment. When Chris Pratt fucking kills it.
Oh, yeah,
like,
dude.
You don't even feel comedic Chris Pratt in that movie. Like,
he's very much serious.
He is completely torn away. That was the movie that, like... I watched that before I watched Passengers. If I had watched Passengers first, I would have felt it. Because that and Passengers are both, like... the movies that defined him as like a fully well-rounded actor.
So I haven't seen Passengers yet.
Dude.
Don't hate me for it.
No, I don't. It's definitely a movie that you either see like the trailer and you're like, I'm not ever going to watch it, or I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
You should watch it. It's like... That's one of those movies where I was like, if he had gotten an Oscar nomination, I don't think he'd win, but I get him getting nominated. He has some moments in that movie where I'm like, whoa. Like, homie can do it. Chris Pratt can make a movie that he could get Oscar nominated for. I think that he could have an Oscar nominated performance in a movie.
I just remembered how I watched Jurassic World.
Fallen Kingdom.
Or Fallen Kingdom, I mean. Yeah, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I didn't go see it in theaters. I actually saw it on somebody's Vudu probably the week before I moved out of my ex's house.
Jurassic Park was a pivotal moment in my personal growth and development as a human being.
Yep, that's fair. I had it on the cassette tape.
Wait, but why'd you eye roll? Why is that a response to us asking why you eye rolled? That's what Copenhagen said.
Dude, so maybe he doesn't like Jurassic World like any of them. But
maybe. Yeah, no, I've seen that opinion too, and I understand it.
I get it.
Because they are way different from what the original movies were. The thing I like the most about the first one is Maserati, his character, the Indian dude, because he's so John Hammond, like he's the same guy. He's such like that characteristic, but he dies, which was sad. I didn't like the because did that actor die?
No, they just killed him off randomly in the movie. No, I like that though because I feel like it's very much trying to separate itself from the original.
Did you hear about Stranger Things?
What happened?
So here's the thing. Originally, the idea was there was going to be a season 4 and a season 5. Mm-hmm. So instead, it's going to be a 2-part season 4, where it's kind of like how they did BoJack, where the last season they did like 8 episodes and they'll release another 8. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like a big season of Stranger Things, but you get one part of the season like now, and then the next half comes out then, you know. So you get like there's going to be a few months, but it's not going to be like a whole last year that we have to wait. It's going to be a 2-part season 4 instead, but. They're doing it style, where they're going to wait like 15 years for all the actors to grow up, and then they're going to make more Stranger Things in like 15 years.
What?
That's going to be part of our life. Like, they're going to do this like the way that they did, they're doing it with the Goonies. They're remaking Goonies, but with the same cast.
Really?
They did that with someone else recently. What was the movie they did that with? Where they like used the same people? Am I dumb? Someone did that recently.
I know who you're talking about. They kind of did that with Terminator, but I mean, like, it wasn't from kids.
Star Wars. They did Star Wars, where they're like, Luke, they're like, yo, Mark Hamill, can you come back in like 2011? Like, that was the original plan. It just took like an extra 10 years than they thought, or not even, but
4
almost.
years, because the new one came out in 2015.
Well, yeah, but Last Jedi came out like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, he's in
it, but like for a second, you know, it's like he could have filmed that shit that day. Like,
he was like, he basically got the easiest. I think I saw it on his trailers. It was like the easiest check Mark Hamill ever made.
Oh my god, yes, bro.
Dude didn't even speak in that movie.
love him so
Mark
much.
Hamill? Yeah.
Because he hated his character. He hated the way they did his character.
But he committed.
He committed so hard to playing it right because he knew the fans would want him to at least give it his all, and he gave it his. Bro, he did so good. Like, he's so good in that movie, even though it's terrible.
I didn't.
Like, his character's terrible. I liked episode 8, but...
I like his character.
I did too.
Look,
it's just,
me and you are very...
The arc is terrible.
Like, I don't think the arc is terrible.
I mean, the arc in the movie. Like, single out that movie.
No.
And
I
it's
think
like,
the
it
arc
sucks that it ends the way it ends and that his character is the way his character is.
I think the arc is perfect for that movie. Actually, I think that's the only thing I like about that movie, to be honest with you.
To me, the highlight of that movie to me was Rey and Kylo forming their relationship.
The highlight for me is definitely the Rey and Kylo thing, and the other highlight is Mark Hamill. Otherwise, I really... Oh, and the whole, like, Holdo maneuver thing at the end. You know, where she does, like, the light speed jump into the ship.
Oh my god,
dude,
bro.
That
shit was dope.
Like, there's 3 things... That's the 3 things I like out of that movie.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, I do, after thinking about it for a while... The Rey's parents being nobody thing, I really like that. I wish they had kind of like left that instead of making it the way they made it in Rise of Skywalker.
Well, the problem with that is that J.J. Abrams didn't expect
Rian Johnson
to just that was supposed to be a 3-arc movie thing for parents, and they just didn't. He made it not a thing, and it was wrong.
I heard, I don't know if wrong is the right word, but like I heard somebody describe this the best way. When Luke hears Darth Vader say he's his father, that's the worst possible thing for him to hear in that moment. And you look at Rey, and she's like in this movie trilogy expecting to be somebody important the whole time. The worst possible thing for her to hear in the moment is that she's nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it would have been perfect for that arc. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yes, but it's just not true. It's one thing if it makes sense.
I don't think it...
It would have made sense. It would have been the worst thing to hear if it was true. Because then it maintains its... Your understanding of it being the worst thing for her. Yeah. But the fact that they come around and they're like, oh, remember the Sith Lord Palpatine, the most powerful guy ever, period? Yeah. You're actually his fucking granddaughter.
I wish they hadn't done that, though. You know what I mean?
It was garbage. Yeah, I wish they hadn't done that either.
Yeah.
No, I wish that it had stayed the way it happened in Episode 8.
I don't mind it.
They went back around and made it the way it was.
I don't mind it being that way, but I wish it... I feel like it's
Star
stronger.
Wars sucks. You know what? Honestly, at this point, I kind of agree. The movies, overall... The way that they went sucked.
But the shows have been coming around.
The shows are all great.
Yeah, they're golden.
The Clone Wars is fucking unbelievable.
Resistance
Rebels,
I haven't watched yet. I
haven't either, so I won't say anything about Resistance.
Right.
Rebels, fucking unbelievable. Star Wars Clone Wars, fucking unbelievable. Mandalorian is the greatest thing in Star Wars to me. It's out of all of the canon, out of all of Star Wars, the shows, out of all of the movies, Mandalorian is the top of the tier list of Star Wars universe. Mm-hmm. It is the number one, not even close best thing, because it's its own story, and it doesn't rely on the rest of it. Mm-hmm. Like, Rebels and Clone Wars are kind of like piggybacking the shitty movies by filling in the gaps that the movies left, and the movies are just bad. To me, the movies are bad. Like, all the movies as one big thing
I don't think all the movies are bad.
But well, yeah, not all the movies are bad. I don't think that either.
No.
But I think as a whole, the movies are pretty shitty to me now.
I don't think so. I know me and you are on 2 different sides of this.
You're just a contrarian, Tristan.
I know, me and you are on 2 different sides of this, but, I really enjoyed Rise of Skywalker. Even though
really loved it.
Even though there's things that I don't... Like, the Palpatine thing, I think is the worst part of the movie for me. Yeah. For me, personally.
Well, he was definitely supposed to be reintroduced in Episode 8.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's people that are like, oh, they just, dug his grave, or dug him out of the grave just for this movie. I think, to them I think that he was meant to come back, because it just doesn't, we've had this debate before on here, that it just doesn't make sense to me that Darth Vader would be talking to his grandson and be like, oh yeah, be evil, you know. It's not like I had a redemption arc or anything. But, I don't know. That's neither here nor there, and I don't want to get into that whole discussion because we've already had it.
I would have preferred that Palpatine stay dead and Snoke continue to be the bad guy. Where that moment in Episode 8 is pretty dope when he kills Snoke.
Yeah.
And, they have that fight, and, bro, that fight was fucking sick. The fight between the guards. Yeah. Dude. But with that said, Snoke was a fucking unbelievable bad guy. And he was so strong.
I just never really cared about Snoke. You know what I mean? He was strong and that was cool and everything. But well,
yeah, if they had planned on having him 3 movies in a row, they would have fleshed him out much better as a bad guy.
But
because Palpatine in the original trilogy is really good.
Palpatine isn't fleshed out in the original trilogy, but yet I still care about him.
Well, that's because he's treated as a real
threat,
built up right. Yeah, because if you really wanted Snoke to be good, they wouldn't have. They did what they did in Episode 7 and barely mentioned him, but because he was going to die in Episode 8, they have him on screen a lot because he's only going to be in that one movie.
I know.
That's what they did with Palpatine. They didn't have him at all in episodes 4 or 5, and then he comes in episode 6.
Well, this kind of relates to what I wanted to say about Jurassic Park. I love a good monster movie. You know what I mean? And they did that perfectly in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's all horror, because Jurassic Park is technically a horror movie.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
right,
technically. Yeah, technically.
It's same with Jaws, same with Jurassic Park. Horror movies are good when you don't see the thing for most of the movie.
And they did the same.
With, like,
they had the same...
Place, Tremors.
Yeah.
Like, they had a great monster movie by not showing us the monster for a long time.
They had the same...
Have you ever seen American Werewolf in London?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. But wait, let me say what I want to say. Like, they did that kind of thing with Palpatine in the original trilogy. You never see him, but you hear him mentioned in the first one. You see a glimpse of him in, like, a hologram.
You see the hologram version of him in episode 7.
Yeah, or no, episode...
episode 5.
Episode 5. But you never, like, get a sense of, like, what he's like until you see him come out of that shuttle. Like, and I think it's, like, halfway through Return of the Jedi, actually, before you even actually physically see him. You just get told he's on the way. And he's this old man. Like, they almost Yoda you with that, but, like... There's just this sense of dread and, like, fear that comes over you. Like, every time you see him, like, with that cane coming out of the lander thing. You know what I'm talking about? Wait, what's this? What are you pulling up?
It's the scene from American Werewolf in London. This is, like,
what year is that? 81?
81.
Okay, yeah.
This is such an unbelievable scene. Hold on. Because, like, by this point in the movie... It's a pretty good chunk of the way into the movie, and you haven't even kind of seen this werewolf yet. You've seen, like, shadows and, like, little tiny... But this is the first time you actually fully, like, see him. And, like, it's like in Jaws. Like, you don't really see the shark until... Oh, shit. You don't really see the shark until, he throws the chum over the water.
Uh-huh.
Look. This is such a great scene. Because I'm not a big horror movie guy, but I like good movies that happen to be horror movies.
I can assure you that this is not in the least bit amusing.
Halloween's like that.
Yeah, Halloween's like that. Look.
I shall report this.
And this is it, bro. It ends up. It's at the bottom of the escalator in a second. Unless they, yeah, I believe it's at the bottom.
Good Lord.
So I think he's about to run up another escalator. Like, they filmed this so well, bro. Because, like, you still haven't seen him. You know, you're his perspective chasing this guy. You haven't seen him, not even a little bit of him. You haven't seen a shadow, you haven't seen a hand. And when you see him, you're about to see him. I think he goes up an escalator. Yeah. He goes up this. And then he looks down, and you see him and this is the first time you see him in the whole movie. He's still not there. It's gonna close up on him again in a second. Okay, you kind of see him, bro.
What is this, about halfway through?
That was the first time you see him in the movie. Wow. And back in '81, it's all practical. There's no CGI. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Like,
the practical werewolf...
Can I...
What?
Will you... There's a scene from Halloween I want you to pull up.
I don't know if we can do Halloween.
Like, the new one?
Yeah, because, like... Is there any blood or killing in it?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Which scene is it?
It's, like...
Because I've seen a lot of the scenes. I've seen most of them.
It's just, like, one-track scene, like, that just follows him for a second.
Is it the one where he walks through the neighborhood?
Maybe... I don't remember if he kills anybody in that.
I'm pretty sure it's the one... If it's the one-track scene, it's like a famous scene now where it's like it stays on him for like 2 or 3 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills like 2 people in that.
Oh, okay.
You can't show it.
Okay.
You can't show it on Twitch. I'll get in trouble. like that scene, I know, like...
That's such a good scene.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That movie, bro. I gotta watch the whole movie. I haven't
That's
seen the
what
whole
I'm telling
thing
you.
yet.
I got it on YouTube. Let's watch it.
Okay, I'd be down. Not tonight, but like I'd be down to watch it.
Do you want to watch it? What's tomorrow? You want to watch it tomorrow?
Maybe. If we do it tomorrow, it has to be kind of early though.
What time?
Just early, because the fights are on tomorrow, and I'm watching the fights. It's John.
You
Jones
watch it
fight.
before I get to work?
Ooh, maybe that's in like. I was thinking 11 or 12 hours.
Yeah, I could do that.
You could do that, but I'm gonna be up for like 10 more hours.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I'm awake.
Well, what about after the fights are over?
Maybe that'll be late. That'll be like
that's fine.
late though.
'Cause
Okay,
I mean,
I'd be
like,
down.
I'm
I'd be
going
down
to
to watch
hang out
it.
with Savannah
Like that
for a
movie,
bit.
I haven't seen the whole movie. I watched a lot of the YouTube clips, so like I know what happens, but I also want to watch it. So,
dude, let's watch it.
I'd be down. I'd be down to watch it.
Cause it
Last movie I watched was Bohemian Rhapsody, bro. Did you see that yet?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking
yeah,
unbelievable.
we talked about. Remember, because we were talking about. We watched that video that one time talking about how actors alter their speech patterns.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Best actor nominees. Who was he up against?
Did he win?
He did. He was up against. So the only person that I heard was even close to being as good as him was Christian Bale for Vice. Him winning that was a lot like this year. I'm pretty positive that Joaquin Phoenix is going to win for the Joker.
That's what some of the That's what everybody's predicting.
Yeah, it's like he's the favorite for like betting. They have betting on it. Like if he doesn't win, it's like ridiculous. Like Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody was very similar in that everyone was like he's going to win, and that's how I felt about. That's how I feel the same way about Joaquin Phoenix for Joker now as I did for Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody. Bro, that's the last movie you saw? I was never happy watching the movie because it was so fucking depressing, but my god. Wait, Joker? Joker or Bohemian Rhapsody?
I was about to say Bohemian Rhapsody
has some pretty great moments, yeah. Especially Live Aid at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was so good. Because I love watching that, the real thing. I've watched that video dozens and dozens and dozens of times. They fucking frame for framed that whole thing. Like, not literally, like, they frame for framed it audibly.
Yeah.
And then they shot their own, they took liberties with the shots, but, I mean, a lot of the shots were, like, almost frame for frame. Bohemian Rhapsody, it was all sad because of what he was going on. Yeah, but, I mean, bro, there's happy moments in that. Like, Joker, there's no happy moments in Joker. Like, there's, like, triumphant moments for the character, but, like, overall, like, the only, like, happy moments are some of the joke moments.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like,
dude,
bro, that movie weighs on you.
Like,
you and me didn't talk for, like, 20 minutes. We watched the movie, ended, walked out, left, got in the car, and just sat there on the way home, just quiet.
When it was ending, like, with, I
love you too, Mike.
My favorite part of that movie is probably, like, when he finally, like, you see they've talked about before, like, the moment where you see, like, him transform fully into the Joker, like, the moment right before, I don't want to spoil it, but, like, the big thing happens, like,
on the stairs?
No. I'm talking about, like, when he's on the talk show.
That is a pretty great
and he's
moment.
like, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's the moment I was like, or the speech before that.
The speech is the thing that I love the most. Yeah. That's like out of all the scenes in that movie, that's the one that, like, crushes me. Like, where I watch that scene and I'm like, fuck, this is the best he's ever done.
The whole time he's doing that, I was, like, grinning, like, ear to ear.
Yeah.
I was like...
like, Joaquin Phoenix has had some unbelievably defined roles as an actor.
Him as Johnny Cash was
amazing.
Him
Walk being... Line, he was, what's his name in The Gladiator?
The fucking Emperor?
Yeah, he's the Emperor, but his name... Shit. Like, he played Commodus. It's Maximus and Commodus. Commodus. Oh, it's hard to say.
Commodus.
He plays
Come
Commodus.
at me, bro.
He plays Commodus, and that was his first Oscar win. Mm-hmm. He won an Oscar for that. Wait, did he win? I think he won. Hold on. He might have just been nominated, because I know Russell Crowe won for Gladiator.
Yes, he should.
How do you spell Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Yeah. He might not have won for that, actually. I think he did. Did he? No, he didn't win for that. Shit. He was nominated for that, nominated for Walk the Line, The Master, and Joker.
He didn't win Walk the Line?
No.
Yeah.
That year, so 2006, Oscar Best Actor nominees. Oh, well, shit, yeah. He lost... So, he was up against Heath Ledger for Brokeback Mountain, Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote, Terrence Howard for Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, that's a tough
and
crowd.
David Straden for Good Night, Good Luck.
Jesus, that's...
Yeah, that's like bananas. Like, Heath Ledger, he probably would have... Nah, Heath Ledger probably would beat him over that. Heath Ledger and Brokeback Mountain's way better than Joaquin Phoenix and Walk the Line. To me. Yeah. No. That's tough. They're both unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying.
But Philip Seymour Hoffman is like the same as this like Joker and Bohemian Rhapsody scenario, where it's like he's so much better than all those performances. Like you haven't seen it. He's in Capote. He's playing Truman Capote, the author who wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's and
I think you showed me a clip of that. Yeah, you showed me a clip of that.
Bro, that's the most...
That's the way he changes his voice and everything? Yeah.
It's insane. It's like when you hear Philip Seymour Hoffman talk, and then you hear him play Capote, it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's so good. It's insane. So I get that loss. But sometimes I feel like there shouldn't even be winners. I feel like they should... Like, I feel like if you get nominated, you've won. You know, if you win, okay, but if you get nominated, you win. It's the same shit. Like, being nominated
it's like
for
the
an
same
Oscar,
thing as going to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I'm like...
Yeah, like, once you've been there, it's like, you played in the Super Bowl, bro. You're a Super Bowl, like, you were in a team in the NFL that made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit with acting. If you acted so well one year that they put you in the Oscars...
Let's bring it back full circle to the
Lord
Super Bowl, baby. But anyways, since we're getting back on the topic that we first started out with, are you ready to call it?
Oh, okay. You want to wrap up?
Yeah.
They're still talking about movies.
Who said that? Who said? Oh,
Copenhagen said, "Lord have mercy," and then Tristan said, "They're still talking about movies."
We do.
Rip Kobe. I agree. Rip Kobe.
Rip Kobe.
Rest in peace, man. That I have not cried a lot in my life, like since I was a little kid.
I've cried twice in my life. Once when I was hit by a bus,
and the second today when I found out little Sebastian died.
Yeah.
Ever since I was like 14 or 15, it is like
you're a man now.
Right. I feel what it felt like to cry. Like I feel in my head like I feel that I want, like I feel like the breathing and like I feel like I need to, but I can never like actually cry. You know, I cry a lot when I laugh. And I cry, like, if I'm, like when I'll ride my moped, if I'm going really fast, it'll, like, suck the tears out of my eyes, you know, the wind. But, like, sad shit just doesn't... I don't cry at things I feel like... When Kobe died, and I heard that Gianna was with him, and, like, I started seeing all these tributes and all, it started fucking me up. I almost cried. I didn't, but I was close. The last time I cried about, like, anything sad was when Christina Grimmie died. Because I was a giant. I was a fan of hers before she was on, like, The Voice and on TV and shit. Like, I watched her YouTube videos. Little Sebastian died? Oh shit, spoiler alert. Look, bro, that show's been over for fucking years. You should have caught up by now.
Like what, 5 years?
I don't even like basketball, but damn, I felt bad. Bro, everyone did. Like, the world stood still when Kobe died. Like, or at least America.
My mom, I've told you about this before on here. My mom said it was almost like when Princess Diana died.
No.
That's what my mom said.
Yeah, but you didn't say that to me. I told you that's what my dad said. That's what I told you.
But I also said my mom said the same thing, though, too.
You didn't say that on here.
Oh, I didn't say it on here? My mom said the same
exact thing. Because you didn't have anything to say. She probably said that after watching your podcast when I talked about it.
No,
she probably put it into perspective and was like, yeah, that's accurate. Because she lived through that. No, I'm not sure because I wasn't there. But what I'm saying is I definitely told you that my dad thought that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Because I
remember
we did the podcast the day after he died.
I'm talking about like
the day
that he died or whatever. Like I remember talking to my mom about it, and that's like what she said.
Yeah.
My mom will have to answer that for us later, if she said that to me or not.
She doesn't have to. Just watch the other podcast. Go look back at the podcast, and you'll know. That's how you know for sure.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Princess Diana, I've been watching this documentary thing on Netflix called Conspiracies. They like talk about how like Adolf Hitler.
There's a big conspiracy that she was murdered.
Yeah, that too. But the first one is about like how Adolf Hitler like might have like just
didn't
survive.
Pretty sure he did. There's like
a lot of evidence.
Joe Rogan had a guy on who is a military, for lack of a better word, and because I just can't remember, kind of like a special forces, like the guy you send in to take out big targets guy, who said that I don't know if this is the right place. I want to say it was like Puerto Rico, but some place like that. A lot of the Nazi higher ups, Argentina.
Yeah.
They all like went there.
Yeah.
There's like towns in Argentina that only speak German, like that are like full like Costa Ricans that speak German. Like where all these Nazi guys went there and married these Costa Ricans and just started having all these children. And there's long story short, apparently this guy was sent there to find these guys, and he's like, Joe asked him, "Do you think that Hitler lived and went there?" And he's like, I can't say 100% because you're not like allowed to, but I'm like 100% that Hitler's there, or that he survived and is very possibly alive still.
See,
because if he's alive, he's like 100.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, how old?
See,
like, he'd be
well,
or like,
he'd
be ancient.
He was in his 30s when World War II was going on.
How old?
So he'd be over 100.
Wait, when was Hitler born? He was born in 1889, so he'd be fucking ancient. He'd be
that's what I'm saying. He'd be over 100.
He'd be 131, so no, he's not alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be.
If
he's Hitler and, like, he has the resources that they had, like...
but
it is very
unbelievable.
He was born in 420. Oh, shit.
The conspiracy theory that I heard that took it kind of a step further from the Argentina thing was, like, that they were all going to Argentina to go from Argentina to tunnels that they had made in Antarctica. Like in like a whole underground civilization there.
No, that's where it gets ridiculous.
But there's actually a precedent for this because whenever they were raiding Germany, Berlin, and all that, there's miles of tunnels underneath Berlin that they had like carved out and like had whole facilities under there and everything. So there's a precedent for this.
Yeah,
theory.
no, there's not. There's no precedent for there are tunnels far enough under the earth to go to Antarctica.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they went through the tunnels to Antarctica. I'm saying they could have built tunnels in Antarctica, like to live in or whatever. I don't know. I was half paying attention and getting ready, but that's why I took away from it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's just like that conspiracy thing where did we talk about this? Or there's another conspiracy thing where all the world leaders have been going to Antarctica a lot. Apparently, like within the past 50 or 60 years. They all go down there for whatever reason. And like really far into Antarctica, by the way. Like almost towards like the South Pole itself. And people are like, well, what's at the South Pole that's so important for all these world leaders to be going there?
Well, if it's world leaders, I don't know. But, I mean, there are a ton of scientists that go there. Like from all countries.
But these aren't just like your average scientists. This is like presidents.
Well, no, there are scientists there.
Prime ministers.
Yeah.
Like... and it's the same consistent factions of government that keep going. They're world leaders that go down there for whatever reason, and they don't know, and they all go around the same time.
I mean, it's a pretty hard place to track. It's a hard place to... It's like the furthest place away from everything, so it might be a place they go to have special meetings where they can't have leaks or certain things even be possible. Like, I'd believe that if it was a security risk level thing. Like if they had, like, secret United Nations meetings there, that would make sense.
Like a Superman's Fortress of Solitude, but, like, his government stuff?
There's some guy down there that sells the best shaved ice. What'd you say?
Like, there's some, like, their inverse Superman Fortress of Solitude kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something to that, though, because, like, whatever fucking is going on down there, they're down there, Hitler might be down there. Like...
Hitler was in Argentina. Or, what did you say?
Antarctica.
No, what was the other country?
Argentina.
Argentina? Yeah, okay, I thought so. That's where he went.
I don't know.
This guy that was on Joe's podcast was like, he found a lot of those guys. He found a lot of these
Well, they cover that in X-Men First Class, too, because
yeah, because that's fucking factual history.
No, but I mean, like, they use a little bit of factual history to be like,
I understand.
This is also where
I'm saying that this guy actually is a fucking veteran who went there and was hunting these guys.
I get it. Like, I'm just saying...
You can't use X-Men First Class to verify shit like that.
I'm not saying it verifies it. I'm saying they used it as inspiration for parts of that movie. Because, like, Magneto goes there at some point looking for, like, the guy who helped make him, because that guy went there at one point because he was a Nazi.
Yeah.
And then he left because, you know, he said, I'm a mutant. I want to take over the fucking world and use my powers. So, you know, fuck them. It was Kevin Bacon, by the way.
It's a great movie. That's one of the best X-Men movies.
The best part of that movie to me is that it's Kevin Bacon.
I always credit X-Men movies in my political debates. Me too.
I would, for real. X-Men are surprisingly political.
He said for real.
They cover race issues, all kinds of shits. Anyways. That's
it's
neither
fantastic.
here nor there.
First Class is my favorite X-Men movie.
Really?
By far.
I like Days of Future Past.
I liked it, but it got a little too... Like, it set up the fact that I wasn't going to want to watch the rest a lot.
Really?
After that movie, the rest were so bad to me. I couldn't watch any of them.
Because it was so good?
Because they were so bad.
Oh.
No, Days of Future Past was not good. It was average to me.
See,
and then the rest were just even worse.
Whoa,
and worse
wait,
and
have you
worse.
seen the Rogue cut of Days of Future Past?
I don't know. Probably not.
That's the one that's actually got... They brought back the girl who originally played Rogue for that.
I like the one where you see Jennifer Lawrence's ass. Oh, well, there you go.
Which one? That's like 4 of them. Or 5 of them, actually.
I don't like how they... I heard how they killed her off, and I heard why, and it's like... Shit like that's what makes me mad, is when they start making these movies just for the money grab. I'm pretty sure they're done making those X-Men movies now. I'm pretty sure that the MCU is going to take over and reboot them into the MCU, which I like.
I don't know. There are so many good things about those.
There were so many good things. That's the problem.
First Class is such a good, like, solid movie.
It's pretty good.
So is the first X-Men movie.
That's why I don't like MCU or Star Wars. What? Or Jurassic Park? What?
Who said that?
Tristan.
Oh.
I get Star Wars. I didn't like the prequels. I only liked really episode 7 and 8 of the new ones. That's because I'm a fan of all these. But the Jurassic World movies are unbelievable, and the MCU is fucking unbelievable. It's the best version of Marvel.
Here we go.
What?
On your MCU rant again. Like,
It's
God,
not
we get it.
He's saying that the MCU is like... He's saying it's the same
We
shit.
get
He doesn't
it.
like...
We get it. You love the MCU. You want to suck their dick.
Yeah. Gladly.
I think it's time to end the podcast.
No, now I'm mad. I'm about to go nuts. The MCU's amazing. You love it. What are you saying?
I do like it, but like you way overhype it.
How do I overhype it?
You overhype
They've
it.
achieved the greatest shit in movie history.
You overhype it to the point where it drives people away from it.
I don't care. I don't care if
you gotta lay off the gas a little bit. Let people watch what they want to watch. If people don't like Endgame, don't get mad about it because you think it's a masterpiece, and it clearly isn't.
It's not a masterpiece. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's a top 3 MCU movie.
Infinity War is so much better than Endgame. It really is, though.
I don't know. That one is a little more debatable. Like, it depends on what you class. This is the kind of thing we can actually rant about. But the MCU as a whole is like, it's very hard to say that they are like...
They've accomplished a lot, yes.
It's not even about accomplishing. Critically and commercially, they're almost unanimously all good movies. Like, there's only 2 movies that are critically not good, and even they commercially did well. They made money. But like, outside of 2 of the 20... How many are there now? 23 or 24?
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot. It's a whole bunch of movies.
It's more money than I have.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it more money?
Yeah. I mean, like, if each movie was $1, it's way more money than I have.
I don't remember any that I thought were great. Well, yeah, but you're not a fan. You don't like a lot of this stuff. Like, you like your own things, Tristan. Like, you like a different kind of thing.
I think it makes it a good, like, movie universe if it appeals to, like, if people who don't like Marvel or will go and see these movies and be like, oh yeah, it's a good movie. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think Phase 1 does that really well. And the other phases don't, but I mean, I understand why they don't.
Well, Phase 1, each phase has its movies that are. Like, Doctor Strange 1 is a great movie all on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's so separated from the rest of it. And a lot of them are like that. Like, you could watch Captain Marvel and feel that way. Mm-hmm. You could watch the first Captain America. You could watch almost all of the, like, first movies of each character or group, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Like, they're very separated from the MCU if you watch them by themselves, but at the same time, you go and watch Infinity War and Endgame, and they fit in so well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
that's what the MCU does so good.
I think the only thing I don't like about it is just, like, I don't know. It feels like because it's so much at once, it's glossing over things that can be really good. Like, because they have to have
the MCU or
the MCU as a whole.
So much over at once.
Well, no. Let me get what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, like, you get characters whose stories are, like, either completely left out or forgotten about. Like, for instance, Hulk. I always come back to Hulk for this because, like, they totally gloss over his redemption. Me and you have had this argument before about this, by the way, between, like, Infinity War and Endgame. How, like, they tee up the Hulk, like, having, like, this big moment in Endgame where, like, him and Hulk kind of, like, hash it out and he becomes Professor Hulk. And in Endgame, he's just Professor Hulk. Like, it jumps 5 years and everything's already figured out.
Well, he did have a redemption.
He
You just
did.
don't like the one he had.
Yeah.
That's what happened
Yeah.
there. It's not about.
We've
It's a
had
different.
that.
I know,
We've
it's
had
a
that
different
debate,
argument.
and
You
I
can't
don't
say
want
it the way you said it.
Yeah, my bad. But
Yeah,
like,
you can't
I don't
say
want to
that
get
it
into
didn't
that.
happen when it simply didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen. And I agree. I thought I was really excited about like a Thanos versus Hulk rematch, but in the end, you have to have Cap have a big fight
exactly
with him,
what I'm
Tony
saying,
have a
though.
big fight with him, and Thor have a big fight with him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying though. It's so much at once that it loses the moments that I feel like it needs.
It wasn't 2 hours though; it was 3. It was a 3-hour movie, and they did do it really well. Exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution.
They did it okay.
Everything happens to. Oh, he's talking about movies as a whole. He says he has a strict criteria.
Yeah.
There's a big issue that with movies as a whole. Everything happens too quickly.
Yeah, I agree with
that. I mean, yeah,
too.
well, a lot of the best movies ever are like 2.5, 3 hours long.
That's true.
And also, that's why a lot of storytelling is usually best done with series.
Don't get me wrong, like,
and that's why the MCU is so good to me, is because it's all one giant movie that they break into little stories.
I love the MCU. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I think it works for what it is, but I think it's not without flaws. It's just like the first multi-universe movie that's... Or not multi-universe. It's the first movie that all takes place in the same universe that's made it, like, work all together. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Well, it's the first one that really did it.
Yeah, that's done it the way it's done.
There have been other franchises that like did it,
yeah.
But the MCU is the first one that was like, "Hey, we're doing this."
Yeah.
And we're like doing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the kind of thing where there's like, we made 3 successful movies and it's 10 years later and we're going to make another one that's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Indiana Jones, all the movies are in the same universe, but it's not like different stories.
Yeah.
This is like legit. They started off with this plan from Iron Man and then kept going. And the thing with like, the Hulk is the only one that like they started a story and then kind of left all his shit in the back.
I hope they come back to it, but I think it's just a rights thing because Universal.
That's what I was going to say.
Universal
a lot of their
has
rights issues happened, and a lot of the actors don't want to come back.
Yeah,
or some of them don't want to come back.
I mean, God,
2 hours
can you blame them? They've been doing this for like.
You mean Star Wars? Well, the thing with Star Wars is similar to Halo in that a lot of shit happens in between all the movies that they don't cover in the movies. It's like in between Halo games, there's comics and books and shit.
But it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, it did. In Halo 1 through 3, there's a lot of shit that happens in between each game that are in the canon of the books that you are supposed to read if you're a big fan.
You can still go from one to the other without having to either. From like Halo 4 to Halo
there,
5,
there are references
you're like,
that you don't. Well, you're just young. You were young when it happened, so you didn't care. You just wanted the fun Halo games, and you could keep up, sure. But with that argument, you can keep up with the overarching story in Halo 4 and 5. But there's obviously
like
stuff happening in between.
characters, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even you were like, the last time
those
we talked about...
The characters in 5 have been around since Halo 1.
I know, I get that. But, like, how do I put it? Like, me and you were both, like, on the same page the last time we talked about this. You're like, whoa, who the fuck is this? I thought Master Chief, was the only Spartan 2 left. You know what I mean? And it's just a whole group of Spartan 2s that have been around, like, this whole time.
Well, the problem is, in Halo 1 through 3, the reason we thought that is because the only humans we saw were from the Pillar of Autumn until like...
Well, he goes back to Earth in 2. That's what
I'm
saying.
But you're barely there, and you're only with that squad, like UNSC, the people you know. So, like, it's very up in the air, and everything's on the clock because everything's happening before you even get to Earth. So by the time you're there, like, the mission is happening, so you have no time to figure shit out. And like, he's only on Earth for, like, a day or two before he has to go back up, and he gets teleported. Because when Gravemind teleports him to the Peace and Reconciliation, the ship, and that's when he has to fight, the fucking Prophet, and all that shit happens, and then he finds the one that has the fucking flood eating his neck, and that's on that ship, and that sends you into Halo 3. Like, in between Halo 2 and Halo 3, weeks go by. He stays on that ship and tries to kill the Prophet again. Like, those ships are like the size of cities. So he's, like, stowed away on that ship for weeks. Like, hunting and killing the Flood. Or not the Flood, the Covenant.
Halo 2 and Halo 3?
In between Halo 2 and Halo 3, there's, like, 3 weeks that go by.
Well, Halo 2 ends with him, like...
On the ship.
Does it? Yeah. I thought it ended with him, like, jumping off the ship. Because when Halo 3 first starts, he's coming in on a meteor.
No, that's Halo 3.
That's what I'm
saying.
He's
not on a meteor. That's just him.
Yeah.
That's just him falling out of the ship.
You know what I'm talking about. Like, doesn't he just jump out of the ship at the end of Halo 2?
No, in Halo 2, he's not even, like, close to there. They're far away, and they're on their way to Earth. Because that ship is far away. He gets teleported by Gravemind. Like,
Okay.
like
I just
to
don't
that ship,
remember
and
how
the ship's
Halo
on the
2
way to
is.
Earth, and it's like weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the Halo games are like that. From 1 to 2, it's like that. From 2 to 3, there are so many comics and lore in between. We always knew there were more places because the Covenant figured out where Earth was, so they glassed Mumbai. Exactly. Halo 3 ends with him yeeting himself onto the ship. Out of the ship. No. What? No, Halo 3 ends with him on the same ship, the Forward Until Dawn.
And it's like half of it, though, because it got...
And, yeah, because it gets
and
fried.
then he just goes back into
And then
cryo
he
sleep.
just, he stays on the ship and tells Cortana to, like, maintain the ship and make sure that he stays asleep until she needs him. Halo 3 starts with him eating himself out of the ship from Halo 2. Now we're just talking about Halo, which I'm down for, but it has been 2.5 hours almost.
And I have to go to...
And you need to leave. So, we will wrap this one up. We will try to keep these more consistent again, but, you know, schedules. Sometimes, like, our idea is always, like, do 2 or 3 of these a week, and, like, we start to get ready to do them, and then shit gets in the way.
We've been doing them 2 to 3 weeks. It's just this past
It's
week.
like this past week fucked us up. Yeah, we were on a good one. Halo 4 gets yeeted out. He gets yeeted out at the beginning. Yeah. Halo 4 was really good.
Yeah, I had the
Halo
best
4
opening.
to me was one of the best campaigns. I didn't like the Forerunners. I didn't like the way they went at them. Like, I didn't love them. I liked the
You're
lore.
talking about the Knights?
Yeah, the
Promethean Knights?
Yeah, I didn't like that very much. But that, I don't know if, I just didn't like the animation of them, and I didn't like the feel of fighting them. But that was just me. I did like the characters, and I did like the story still.
I like the story for them.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, though. It felt really
Forerunners were great.
weird.
The Forerunners themselves were awesome, yes.
It felt really weird fighting them.
Goodbye, Snipes.
I like the little pieces you can get during the missions, too, of, like, the story of, like, what the Librarian is and
Yeah.
what the Diadact is.
It was so dope. I loved all that.
Like, I couldn't find them all, so I just ended up watching it online.
Well,
The Diadact looked fucking scary as hell when
he
showed
did.
up.
Okay, shut up. We're going to end this. Okay, later, guys. We'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Later, Skater.
Oh, wait. It's over there. Oh, wait, no. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Fucking, cocktease. I'm going to raid somebody real fast instead.
We got some music, too.
No.
Binge,
Bring me onto the podcast and we'll talk about Halo for 2 hours. Bro, I mean, I'd be down for that, but, like, people wouldn't be down for that, you know? Hold on. Okay, so, who's up right now? Gumby, Train. I haven't raided Train. Is he playing? Oh, he's playing Fortnite. I'm gonna raid Gumby. He's just chatting. He's doing this. Okay. That's there. Boom. See you later, boys. Later, Tristan. Raid. Ocular. Stop fucking humming. Oh my god, I lose my mind. We're about to raid him.
Well, you wouldn't play music.
4. Goodbye, fellow chickens. Goodbye, Snipes. We love you. Say goodbye to Snipes. Say
Goodbye,
to
Snipes.
Say goodbye to Snipes. Say it again. Say it again. Just say
Goodbye,
it again.
Snipes.
Hurry, say it again.
Goodbye.
Okay, he said it. Okay. And raid now. We're now raiding. And it raided.